trying to figure out your business, if you started your business, if you're a budding entrepreneur, if you're trying to scale your business. Yeah, so we're going to do some introspection today so that we can walk into our destiny and reach our potential as Black CEOs. All right. So I am Kimberly Shanks, and I am most honored by your presence. Let's get to it. So while I am sharing my screen, do me a favor and tell me who you are, where you are from, and what your business is. Come on, share it. What's your name? Where you from? And what's your business? I see you, I see you, I see you. Thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so honored that you are here. I see ya. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. Welcome, I see you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I am so honored. I am honored to have your presence here today. So let's get the party started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Okay, so I am naturally an educator, so I must say, whenever I go to learn something, I look at how I can implement it in my life. I don't just take something for book knowledge, which is always great to learn new things, but I look how I can apply the learning to my life. So my favorite quote is by E.B. Du Bois, and it says, education must not simply teach work, it must teach life. Because listen, I don't want to learn stuff just to do stuff. I want to learn stuff so that I can positively impact the lives of others. So education must not simply teach work. I don't want to just be a robot. It must also teach life. Who am I? Who am I? What are my experiences and what am I bringing to the table today? Okay, so I am the proud mother of two lovely daughters, and I have this grandbaby. I didn't know that love was possible on a whole nother level, but there's a whole nother level of love that grandchildren bring out of you. Woo-wee, and I am enjoying every minute of my grandbaby. I'm an educator by call. I've been a school administrator. I've conducted cultural and curricular audits. I've provided professional development. I've been an advocate for diversity and inclusion. I've helped businesses and institutions to create both their strategic and improvement plans. I have assisted two businesses with branding. I have helped three additional businesses to launch. And oh, was that fun to see the freedom on the faces and to see people excited about their purpose. When I tell you it's nothing like it, it is nothing like it. So what do? I helped one business to create a whole new division. And so quarterly, I facilitate sessions wherein we match businesses with resources to help them launch, sustain, and thrive. I also assist the university to formulate and execute their marketing and recruitment strategy for a particular college. And I have a clothing line that honors the authentic history, because we already know our history is whitewashed, disrespected, degraded. So to honor our authentic history, our beauty, our resilience, our brilliance, because we are masterful creations. Yes. And finally, let me put this huge plug in. I don't care what your dream, goal, business idea, I don't care what you're trying to do or obtain, how much money you're trying to make, how much money you want to spend. If health and wellness is not on the top of your priority list, you're not going to be around to spend the money. You're not going to make as much money as you want because you're going to be tired, sick, fatigued. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. So we're going to take care of ourselves. Promise that you'll put self-care on the top of your list. Right next to that, I want to make this money. I want my business to thrive. You want your health to be optimal so that you can achieve those goals. Okay? So during the past 2 years, during what I call this purposeful pause, I did some self-reflection. Now, I am introspective by nature, but this really helped me put some things into focus. So I took inventory of my life. I looked at how I was making money, with whom I was making money, what businesses I were attached to, my relationships, the institutions that I was connected with, my circle of influence. I looked at everything. And I said, are you happy with the life that you're living, the people that you're connected to, the way you're making money, the jobs that you are connected to make this money? Are you happy? Are you fulfilled? And the answers were no, 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 and no. I was doing things out of duty. I was working in spaces where I was not valued. My ideas weren't always respected. And my hair wasn't even honored. You know, Black girl magic differences. And so I decided to let go of things, people, institutions, and systems that no longer served me and were not beneficial. They were not healthy. They were not helping me to grow. They were sapping and draining me. And I was feeling sick. And I said, no, 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 no. And so I always thought I was powerful. But after I inventoried myself and my life, I realized the depth of my power, and I realized who God created me to be. And I realized the gifts and talents that He had given me. And I realized what I was giving away for free. And I realized what was being taken from me. And I said, no, 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 I reclaim my power. I stand in my power. And so the first thing I want you to say and to type into the chat is, I am powerful. Come on, please type. Yes, I see you. Thank you. Thank you for your participation. I am powerful. You are powerful. The essence of your being is powerful. Your melanin alone makes you powerful. So I am very much into the psychology of colors. What colors, the reaction that colors bring out. Colors connote certain things. If you take a look at certain businesses, the colors that they use, they influence your buying power. They influence your spending. So when we think of the color Black, type in the chat what Black usually connotes. When people think of the word Black, the color Black, yeah, dark, evil, yeah. And I want to tell you, Black symbolizes power. Now, my decision, based on my power, I decided to monetize that which I do well and have been giving away for free. Let me rewind that. I decided to monetize that which I do well and have been giving away for free. So I began teaching people how to get unstuck. I began teaching people how to inventory themselves and figure out their gifts and their talents, and then to create their business around that. If you have a business idea, come on, Let's go. Let's bring it to fruition. This session will help you formulate it. If you already have a business, this is going to help you scale it. This is going to help you be more intentional. This is going to help you focus and hone your skills so that you understand the power wherein you operate. So now that we have this understanding about where we've been, let's reshape the conversation about where we are going. So my first question is, who are you? Black CEO? Who are you? And I hope your notebook and your pen is right here, because what you'll want to do, and I really hope you really participate. You're really authentic in this session, not authentic with me, but authentic in yourself, with yourself, so that we can grow and become the best versions of ourselves, so that we can be that Black CEO that the world needs and is calling for. So you, my brother, my sister, your melanin, your essence, remember, is what? Powerful. So let me ask you this. What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Think about it. What do you have to bring to the table? Remember, I told you during the purposeful pause, I did a very in-depth inventory of who I was and what I had to offer and what I could offer the world. What do you bring to the table? What do you have to offer the world? What are your gifts and talents? What have you been created to do? How will you impact the world? How will you impact this global and local economy? What makes you tick? What's your temperament like? Why did you want to become a CEO? So, what do I have to offer? What do I bring to the table? So I'm a problem solver by nature. So you bring me a problem, I'm going to research, find the answer, and I'm going to help you solve it. I'm a leader by nature. So I don't follow the crowd follows me, because I've shown myself to be a leader. So that's what I bring to the table. I'm a peacemaker. I'm a mediator. So I'm going to bring people together. I'm a bridge builder. That's what I bring to the table. What are my gifts and what are my talents? I am creative as all get out. I can design something. I can see something in my mind and I can bring it to fruition. You can give me your idea and I can make it happen. If you have something you want to do, I'm going to figure out how we're going to do it. We're going to bring that to fruition. What have you been created to do? I was created to impact the world. I was created to be a sphere of influence within my circle. I was created to encourage and to inspire. How will I impact the global and the local economy? Well, first of all, I'm going to scale my business so that I have employees within my community. How am I going to impact the global economy? Well, I'm going to make sure that my business is not only national, but global. So that means I need to scale it in a way that affects global economy. But what else? I need to make sure that as I spend my money, that our dollars circulate more than 8 hours in our community. That's how I'm going to impact the global economy. Now, what makes me tick? Doing those things that I love, honey, makes my adrenaline flow, or doing absolutely nothing at all when I get the chance. That's what makes me tick. Now, what's my temperament? I'm laid back. I'm an introvert who does extroverted activities because I have to. I am adaptable. So I can adapt to any situation. You can take me anywhere and I am comfortable. I know how to carry myself. I can go into any situation hostile or not, and bring the temperature down. Yeah, that's my temperament. Now, why did I want to be a CEO? I don't like working for folks. But not only that, I just knew that I had an impact that I'm supposed to bring to the world. I'm supposed to impact the world. I'm supposed to be global, baby. So I want you to go through those questions, and hopefully you've been jotting down the answers, because this is going to be really important as the foundation as we move forward. And I want you to remember that no matter what obstacle you face, you are powerful, you are resilient, you are brilliant, you are a masterful creation. You stand on the shoulders of your ancestors who went through hell and back. And so remember, there's nothing that you will face that you cannot overcome. So let's talk about what your mission is. Hopefully you're staying with me. Stay with me. I need you to answer. I need you to answer. Okay. So what do you hope to gain with your existing business? What do you hope to do or gain with your existing business? Many, when we talk about what is your why, people always go to money. Like, okay, you want to make a certain amount of money. What's your why? So that you can have something that's going to help you get there. I want to ask you, what's your purpose? Why do you want to do what you do? What is your purpose in life? That is really going to sustain you when you're tired, when you don't want to continue on. That dollar's going to come and go. But your purpose will be your fuel. Who is your target audience? Who were you created to serve? Who were you created to serve? What types of experiences do you want your customers and clients to have as a result of doing business with you? So I want my customers, when they open up their apparel that they've gotten from me, and I'm still working on this, so I haven't achieved this goal, but I want the experience to be such that my kids love Christmas and they love opening gifts. My thing is, I don't like wrapping. Oh my God, I'm going to put it in a bag. Here, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday. And they're like, really, a bag, Mom? So what I learned from them is people want the experience of opening up a beautiful package that's wrapped and it looks beautiful and it makes them feel elegant and luxurious. So that's the experience that I want them to have with my clothing opening experience. But then the clothes that they wear, I want them to feel like the fabrics make them feel even better than they look. I want them to be proud with what they have on their chest or on their back from what I have created. I want their experience with me to be an effective, efficient one. I want them to want to recommend me to others because, oh, the customer service was amazing. The follow-up was even better. And she cares. It's not just about the dollar. So that is the experience that I want to create. And the quality and the service is second to none. What do you want your customers to feel and remember? Yeah. I hope you're writing. I hope you're writing. I hope you're writing. So let's, as a result of that conversation, let's take a look. Let's take a look at a few things. Your idol business. So what does that mean? What business is your idol? What businesses do you look up to? What businesses do you look at and say, ooh, if I could emulate that, ooh, I love that business. Ooh, who are you referring to that business and why? So what does that business offer? That business that you look up to, the business that's your idol. What do they offer? What types of products do they offer? What services do they offer? What is the experience like as a result of engaging with that business? Why are you a repeat customer? What makes you go back over and over? Why is that the only place you want to shop for those items? Why is that the only business that you want to frequent? What are the benefits of being a customer at that business? Do you get rewards points? Do you get rebates? Do you get free items? Do you get subscriptions? Do you get tips, regular tips that's going to enhance your life? What are the benefits of being a customer at your idol business, that I call it? So let's take a look at some businesses, and I won't name them, but they're on the screen. So that first business, tell me what that first business is known for. And you don't have to love these businesses or agree with these businesses, but at the end of the day, they are around because of some things that they offer. So that first business, tell me what they're known for. I see you. I see you. Low prices. Absolutely. Yeah. And did you know that you can return anything to that business, used or not? So you can drink a Coke, take the can back, and say, I would like a refund. I would like to return this. So low prices, and you can return anything at any time, no matter how long it's been. Okay, so what about this popular second business? What about that second one that's listed? What are they known for? Go ahead and drop it in the chat. I see you. Excellent customer service. Excellent customer service. Right. They are known for excellent customer service. The other thing that, whether we agree with this or not, they value closing down, whether it's for religious reasons. On that Sunday, I have gone many a Sunday and said, oops, they're closed. I won't be eating this today. And so they value rest. They value taking time, whether it's to worship, whether it's to have a day off where everybody's off. They value those things. And what about that last business? This is my favorite. When I tell you I would be broke for this business, yeah, I'm broke. Okay, drop it in the chat. What are they known for? That's right. Bring me my package in 24 hours. I love ordering, sitting in the comfort of my home, and my things coming the next day. And I could get groceries the same day. Oh my goodness. So that is what they're known for. So do you see how we can think of a business, and right off the bat, you can tell me how it feels to do business with them, what they offer, the customer experience. Yeah. Yeah. You see what I'm getting at? That's what you want your business to be known for. Okay. Excellent customer service, the values, the experience, the customer benefits. Yeah. Okay. So we're getting somewhere now. Stay with me. Stay with me. Now, why is this in blue? Remember, I'm into the psychology of colors. So blue is a symbol of productivity. People are more productive in blue environments. So the question is, what are your strengths? So why do we need to know what your strengths are? Oh my goodness, I'm already in business. I'm getting ready to start my business. I know what I'm doing. Let's make sure. So what are your strengths? Why do you need to know your strengths? Because your strengths are what you do well. So your strengths, that's your blue environment, those are your expertise. Your strengths are what people lean on you for. Your strengths are what you are a master at doing. It requires no training for you. Just your natural ability, your strengths. What can you do with your hands tied behind your back and blindfolded? Those are your strengths. So your strengths. So in your business, as you're either formulating your business or you're trying to scale your business, if you pay attention to your strengths, those should be areas that should be operating efficiently and effectively. Pay attention to those areas. If those are your strengths, then those should be the strengths of your company as well. Okay? So for the established, profitable, and budding businesses and those still dreaming, tapping into and honing your strengths will help your business to excel. You'll understand what you're good at. You'll understand what you need some assistance at. But those areas of strengths, you don't necessarily need to hire out, but you'll need to manage and make sure that those areas are tight. That's what you do well. So your business should not be lacking in your area of strength. Okay, so let's go through some things. So in your blue environment, maybe you help groups to come to consensus very easily and you establish buy-in. Maybe you are a masterful teacher or a trainer or a development. Maybe you are an expert in cultural competencies. Maybe you are a skilled graphic designer. Maybe you are a quick problem solver. Maybe you are a master electrician. Maybe you are a masterful seamstress. Maybe you are a masterful mediator. Whatever your expertise and strengths, there should be no issues in getting these areas off the ground and established. Now, do I want you to do everything because that's your strength? Absolutely not. But what I'm saying is these areas in your business should absolutely not be lacking. Now, if you will be involved, these are the areas that you need to make sure are top notch. And then for the other areas that are not your strengths, we need to hire out. Okay, so let's take a look. If we're formulating our business or we're trying to scale our business, so what does the color orange connotate? Orange connotates mood lifters. So what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? Your passions, again, are your mood lifters. So what makes you smile? What do you enjoy doing? What do you find yourself talking about and sharing with others? If you could do anything in life as a career and not worry about money, what would it be? What do you do for entertainment, to relax, rejuvenate, to make others happy and comfortable? Again, if you're trying to formulate your business, you want to lean into your passions. If you already have an established business, you'll want to make sure that it's not business for business. You'll want to tap into your passions, okay? Because when you live in your passion, there is less chance of burnout, quitting, or being stagnant. You enjoy that space. So you are rejuvenated in that space. You thrive in that space. Use this place to launch your business if you're trying to figure it out, or if you're trying to scale. Make sure you are living in your passion. In your passion is where the money lies. Many think it's just in your skill set. It's not just in your skill set, because in your skill set, you can be drained and fatigued to the point of giving up. In your passion, you'll be tired, but you'll continue to be fueled. It won't be work. Oftentimes it can be play. In your passion lies your bag of money. Now, we know what our skills are. We know what our strengths are. What are your areas of opportunity? You're not going to be great at everything, okay? So green, psychology of color. Green promotes restfulness and calm. It improves efficiency and focus. So these are most likely areas of stress, restlessness, inefficiency, and heavy focus because you do not know how to do them, okay? So these are your hire outs. These are not the things in the scope of your strength bag. These are not things you can do blindfolded. These are things you struggle with. Okay, so what are your areas of opportunity? What areas do you feel stuck in? You're like, I can't figure that out. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to scale this business, but this part I just don't get. I need help. Say it again. I need help. Say it again. I need help. I don't got it. Okay. So these are areas that you need to lean on someone else who has that expertise. Don't try to do it all. I promise you, you will not be efficient and effective if you try to do it all. And your business will lag in certain areas, okay? Because it's not your area of expertise, okay? So what areas are you clueless in? Oh my gosh. What areas do you have to lean on others or you need training? Okay. Your business and relationships are as strong as the weakest link. So the areas of strength could be the booming areas of your business. But those areas that are not your strength, they will tank. They will cause your business to be stagnant. Okay. So hire out. And you're like, I can't afford to hire anybody. Well, actually, you can. You might have to get a part-time job. Oh, let me say it again. I'm sorry. You might have to get a part-time job to fund your dream, to scale your business, because it's lots of things that go into it and lots of sometimes money that you may not have, but in order to get to the next level, you need more money. Now, you're like, I can't afford it. I'm not going to do that. So what else can you do? You can offer internships to college students or to other people who want to learn or are trying to learn. Maybe they're in school, mastering a skill that you need. Offer an internship. You're saying, I don't know how. I don't know how to put that together. I will help you. Offer an internship, offer volunteer opportunities. So I don't believe in getting to get. I believe when you give, you should pull someone else up with you. So internships are a great way for students and those who are apprentices who are new to the field or who are in the field but don't have enough work experience to get jobs in that area, for them to get experience so that they can go on and fulfill their dreams. So offer an internship, create an internship so that, one, you can get the work done that you need by someone who is an expert in the field, whether you can pay them or not. Give them an internship, because this will, in the long run, help them in starting their business or in getting the job that they are trying to get. Offer volunteer opportunities for those who already know how to do it and they just need volunteer hours. Like my daughter is a college student and she needed volunteer hours because she needed to get into the college of her choice. And that was one of the criteria. Okay. So you can't get a part-time job. You can't hire out. You can definitely offer an internship and volunteer opportunities. And I can help you with those letters of recommendations and even how to formulate those internships. Okay. So that's how you're going to take care of your areas of opportunity. You're going to hire out, you're going to offer internships and volunteer opportunities. Now, let's talk about those areas of opportunity. So maybe you need help figuring out your target audience. Maybe you need help securing government contracts. Maybe you need help with social media marketing. Maybe you need help with funnel creation. Maybe you need help with website design. Maybe you need help with grant writing. Your business and relationships, remember, are as strong as the weakest link. So the areas of strength could be booming or they could tank. So hire out, internship, volunteer opportunities. So we've talked about your strengths. We've talked about your passions. We've talked about your areas of opportunity. We've talked about giving internships. We've talked about giving volunteer opportunities. We're going to write letters of recommendation. Let's talk about how your lifestyle impacts your business. We always want to focus on the money. We don't never want to focus on our health and our wellness, and how you being in optimal health helps you get to the goal. So, psychology of color. Orange is a mood lifter. I know that looks yellow, but I promise they told me that color was orange. So orange is a mood lifter. So when we talk about lifestyle, we want to sit in our mood lifters, because we don't want to get caught up in and bask in those things that go wrong. Always being pessimistic, always looking at how things aren't going right, always looking at all the food and the this and the that. So let's take a look at lifestyle, because it definitely impacts us as Black CEOs, entrepreneurs, parents, friends. It impacts everything. So the first thing we're going to talk about is diet. And by diet, I mean way of eating and your lifestyle. I'm not talking about starving yourself. I'm talking about your way of eating and your way of eating, which is a lifestyle, okay? I'm also talking about movement. So I'm not going to say the E word, because the E word tends to turn people off. So I'm going to say your movement. When we're talking about lifestyle, we're also talking about your mentality, your way of thinking. Is the cup half empty? Is the cup half full? These can make, break, or hinder your forward movement, your success, and your optimal performance. Your lifestyle, your diet, what you eat, your movement or the lack thereof, and your mentality. They all impact your progress in life. Okay, so let's get to this lifestyle. So let me just say, I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. Please consult your doctor before changing your diet and eating certain foods, okay? Now, let's talk about this diet, this way of eating. I am not here to tell you what to eat. However, what you eat determines the following: your health, your weight, how and on what or for how long you get to spend your money. Foods fall into three categories. They are either medicinal, they operate as medicine and fuel for your body. They are either neutral, which means there's really not a negative or positive effect, or they are poisonous. They make you sick, they cause disease. So foods can help heal your body, make you sick, tired, hold weight, and cause disease. These can make, break, or hinder your forward movement, your success, and your optimal performance. Okay, so we're still in the orange. Orange means what? Mood lifter. Let's talk about movement. Keeping your body in shape and performing optimally. Exercise, that word hangs folks up. So let's replace that word with movement, okay? Movement improves your strength, increases endurance, yields more energy, delivers oxygen and nutrients to needed areas, and it helps your body operate efficiently. It's very important that movement is a part of your lifestyle just as much as food. Okay, now let's talk about movement options, because I'm the first one that's going to tell you I absolutely hate going to the gym. I hate going to the gym. So I've had to find alternatives. Now, I personally love to skate. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love skating. So I've tried to incorporate that into my lifestyle routine of wellness once a week. And when I skip it, I try to make sure I do something else at home that week. But skating works well for me. Walking. Now, I don't always like to walk outside. It's cold or it's hot. So you know what I started doing? I started walking up and down my steps, and I do like 10 sets of those. That's movement. Music. Now, baby, I can live without the TV. I cannot. I cannot live without music. So you know what I started doing? I put on my favorite CD or I put shuffle on my iPad and I dance. Oh, baby, I dance. Oh, did I say I dance? Hey, I dance. Hey, hey, I dance. And that's exercise. Do it for 30 to 45 minutes, and that's your exercise right there. Or if you have a dog or a cat, let's engage in some activity. Take the dog on a long walk, not just up the street to pee and poop. Okay? Make it a whole exercise routine with your pet. If you are of a certain age, as I am, things start to go south. My gynecologist was the one that told me, she said, okay, now you've hit this age, so now you need to do some resistance training. And so I started putting weights on my arms and legs, and I just walk around the house and I dance and I move. And that's my resistance training. Now, based on your blood type, certain movements and exercises can sap your energy while others rejuvenate and yield optimal performance. So I won't get into all of this, but I will tell you that I am able to help and make recommendations based on your blood type that can actually be beneficial to you. There's certain exercises that I do based on my blood type that are absolutely draining and do not yield optimal performance and energy. It's sapping. Okay. And so I make recommendations based on your blood type for certain movements that can be beneficial and help you operate optimally. So check with your doctor again before doing any activities. And this, again, is not medical advice. Still in the orange mood lifter, let's talk about your mentality. Oh my gosh, what you eat is important. Oh my gosh, your movement or the lack thereof is important for optimal performance. But I tell you, your mentality, how you think, woo, is so important. And we really don't focus on this enough. How you think and your thoughts really do determine your altitude. If you don't think you can, you can't. If you don't think you will, you won't. If you're sure that you can't make it, you absolutely will not make it. You'll stay where you are. If you're sure you're going to reach your goal, you absolutely will. Listen, this is my mentality. And I have done it so many times. My family look at me and they laugh, but they respect me at the same time. If I have an idea or if there's something I want to do, I'm going to jump off the bridge. Okay, well, that's probably the bad connotation. I'm going to jump out the airplane. And guess what? My parachute will open. There is nothing that I have a dream or a goal about that won't come to fruition, because if God gave me the dream, he's absolutely going to help me to bring it to fruition. I believe there's nothing I can't do. I believe whatever I set my mind and heart to will come to pass. So your thoughts determine your altitude, your resilience, your determination, your belief, and whether you achieve your goals, walk in your destiny, and reach your potential. So do me a favor and jot down those things that make you happy. I'm going to wait on this one. Write down those things that make you happy. Why? These need to be incorporated into your lifestyle regularly, not just when you have time. No, your mindset is important. Your mentality is important. What makes you smile? Write those things down. This is important. It may not seem to be, but it's really important. Your perspective on life, your perspective on work, your perspective on achievement, your perspective on achieving your goals, your outlook. What warms your heart? What brings you peace? What are you grateful for? Do me a favor. Close your eyes and think about What really brings you joy? Think about the things. What brings me joy? Doing those things that I love. What brings me joy? Being around people who I can be my authentic self with. What brings me joy? Experiencing love, unconditional love from those who accept me just as I am. What brings me joy? Doing absolutely nothing and enjoying that and not feeling guilty. What brings me joy? Walking in my destiny. What brings me joy? My grandbaby. So when things get tough, when life gets hard, I need you to think on those things. Think on those things that make you happy. Think on those things and stay in that place until your mind changes, until your spirit is uplifted. Go into that grateful space. Think of those things that make you happy. Now you know your strengths, BlackCEO. So you're going to make sure that as you're formulating your business or scaling your business is as strong as your strengths. We looked at your passions. That's where your money bag is. Don't do things just because of your skill. Do things based on your passion, because it will not be work. It will be pleasure, and the money will come. We took a look at your areas of opportunity. Those things that you don't do well, those things that you're clueless about, those things that you should never attempt. How are you going to fund those things? Because just like your strengths, those are your expertise. Every area of your business should be just as strong as your area of strength. So you're going to get a part-time job if you can't afford to hire out, so that you can afford to scale your business. Okay, you don't want to get a part-time job? You can't afford to pay? We're going to create internships. Internships will not only benefit you and your bottom line, but it will benefit the person doing the internship who needs that on their resume to take their lives to the next level. We're going to implement volunteer opportunities. Those who already have the skill, who are just looking to help someone else. We're going to incorporate those as our areas of opportunities so that our business doesn't tank in areas or become stagnant, because we're trying to do everything that we are not created to do. Okay? Now, I would love to assist you. I would love to assist you. If you need help formulating your business idea, if you need help tapping into your strengths and your passions to start and expand your business, if you need help creating your internship or volunteer opportunities and your letters of recommendation, if you're looking for a brand of apparel that tells your story of brilliance, beauty, resilience, your authentic history, and your masterful creations, I would love for you to visit my website. All designs are created from my heart. www.masterfulmelanin.com. I would love to come and speak to your audience and your circle of influence or your community to encourage and inspire them to realize their dreams and walk in their power and their potential. I would love that. If you need a customized wellness and movement plan for optimal performance, I would be so honored to help you. Because remember, it is not just what you eat. It is also your movement. And most importantly, your mentality, your lifestyle. In order for you to achieve all these lofty goals and dreams, BlackCEO, the wellness and self-care have to be important to you. You can contact me, Kimberly the Strategist. There is my phone number. There is my email. That is wewin@strategizewithkimberly.com if you need to make an appointment with me. And the first appointment obviously is free because we just need to make sure that I can serve you. What do you need help with? Let's talk about it. Please email me for more information and to book your time to take your life, your business to the next level. I am so honored that you chose to spend this time with me. Much success. You are powerful. You are brilliant. You are resilient. You are beautiful. You are a masterful creation, and everything that you touch is masterful. I love you, Black CEO, and I can't wait to see you at the top. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I look forward to talking with you soon.
Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for showing up today, and I hope and pray and wish that you get something out of this and you are learning and always continuing to push forward. I'd like to, first of all, welcome you and say my name is Akina Simpkins. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I now reside in Athens, Georgia for the past 25 plus years. And I have been in business for myself for the past 13 years. And recently I've went on a new venture and I started to teach people how to start their own business, which has been very exciting because my goal in the world is to help people reach their goals. So in starting this new venture, I came out, I tried to see what people really needed to get started in business. And what I've learned is they need simplicity. They need for it just to be easy. They need to learn and to know, how do I start right now? And what I've come up with is a couple of programs and some easy steps I'm going to teach you so you can do the same. Now, I'm also going to teach you how to make those changes and do those things by one, either using your own knowledge, teaching you how to get comfortable with yourself and the things you know about, and how do I make that lucrative? How do I make that a business? Sometimes we kind of doubt ourselves and think, oh, I don't know enough. I'm not an expert. Who's going to pay for that? Who's going to believe me? Who's going to watch that? There are a lot of people who are just like you, who are just starting out. Everybody doesn't start out as an expert. So when you teach something, you're helping somebody make their dreams come true faster. If they get to the point where they no longer need you, or now they need an expert, then they can go on exploring and they can go on from there and make other decisions later on. But right now they need you, they need your ideas, they need your concepts. And I think most people always start to, sorry about that. So sorry about the interruption, but just going on to say about how people need you, they want you, they're there for you, and you teaching them how to start their own businesses are giving them a new life. That's giving people the attitude, the strength, the know-how to spend their time the way they want to spend it, instead of clocking in and clocking out for people. So in this brief explanation, I'm going to show you a couple of easy tricks, really, and tools that you need to get started right away and without complication. All right, so we're going to jump right into it. I'll give you a short story about how I started my own business. I was a gymnast. I actually went to the University of Georgia. I was in business school, graduated with my master's, and then later went on to work for someone else in the business world. Didn't really like that too much. And then I went back to doing what my love was, which was gymnastics. And I worked for somebody in a gym for approximately 15 years. And then shortly after that, I started my own business. I've been in business for the past 13 years, but I remember when I was getting started, how many people doubted me and said, oh, I couldn't do it. You don't have the money, you don't have the finances, you don't have the brick and mortar, you don't have all these things that it takes to get started. And what I started to think, and what I teach as well, is how could I do that and start in the most simplest way, but get started? So that's what I did. I found a gym, a facility, a place that already had all these things that I needed to get started, and I rented space for them. So I basically took on a monthly lease from a place that was already in existence. And then all I had to do was bring my own girls in, and that would help fund my space. Now it's 13 years later. Oh my gosh, in business for quite some time now. And I started off with nothing. I started off with the idea, which is what I teach you how to do. You start off with an idea before you become prosperous, but you have to start somewhere. So number one, everybody says, oh, I don't know anybody, or I don't have a website. Let's start with that one. I don't have a website. So I'm going to teach you a couple apps. The one app is called uverse.com, and you can do it on your phone. So you might not even have a computer. Say all you have is a phone. You can go under the apps and put in uverse, and it'll show up this little app, and it'll say free website hosting. Once you get in there, it gives you a website, a name, a domain that you can actually send people to so that they can see that you have a website. And it probably takes about 5 minutes to put up, and you can do it all on your phone. If that's hard for you and you think you cannot do that, which you really can, it's a couple drag and drops, and you just take a picture, and then they actually already have like templates that you can actually use to see if you like it or not like it before you put anything out there. So keep that in mind. You can play with that site for a little bit, even if you're not really super duper savvy with technique or technical issues or implementing anything. It's about really using a picture and then typing what you want underneath that picture. Everything is really easy and self-explanatory, and you can also get help. If you also go under the app, there are a couple other hosting sites where you can get free domains, free website hosting, and you can just go under there and look under the app. I'll give you more later on. If you go later on, we have a workshop where I can go a little bit more in detail, trying to just give you some things that you can walk away with today and get started. So my next thing is the people. Like, oh, I don't have people. I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody who would do this with me. I don't want to ask my family. I don't want to ask anybody else. Okay, totally understand. And sometimes you don't even want to really tell people until you really get into the groove of doing things. So a couple ways: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all those things are free. You can start off really simple. This is probably the simplest way I tell people to do it, especially if you don't want to be a big presence yet. You just want to know people who are doing what you're doing, who are liking what you're doing, who are already into it. Just go on, friend them, make some comments, actually give a little feedback about your knowledge. And then eventually you're making friends, and then you can say, hey, I can send you to this website. And then you send them a link to the website when you feel like that's comfortable enough to do. And then people will start talking about you, and then other people are going to see your website, and then they're going to automatically start to go over there. That's probably the easiest way. Jump on somebody else's ideas and what they're already doing, and show good response. And you have to show that you're concerned and you really are an avid person in this field, and you really want to learn, and you really are here to teach, and you really are concerned about their needs as well. They will follow. They will enjoy. If they're getting messages and knowledge and they're learning from you, they're going to keep following you and talking to you. So that's one of the things I wanted to teach you. And the last but not least is I'm going to tell you and I'm going to teach you how to take action. We always commit to something and then we don't really commit to it. We always say we're going to do this, I'm going to do it this time, and then we don't do it. So I'm going to teach you how to commit because you have the courage, you are capable, and you are competent. I'm going to teach you how to stay committed to the simple. That's how you stay committed. Don't make it so complicated that you do not know where to go next. Do not get information overload and get stuck in doing nothing. So I'm going to teach you how to start really easy by getting you a little website, getting you a couple followers, and then getting a product, a niche, something you really like that you can just first start teaching people only information. So let them learn from your knowledge first. Don't worry about a product right away. Do not get stuck on products, okay? So in the end of this video, you can later on watch me. I will have a workshop where you can dig deeper and find out more about how I do what I do and how I teach people to do the same thing in easy steps. And there's a lot more websites and hosting programs that I get really a little bit more specific in. I give you free email list. I give you lots of things that you can get started in your program. So there's like the no excuse startup. Okay. So keep that in mind. It's not about the money. It's about an idea, reaching people and selling that idea, selling your knowledge, and then going from there. The sky is the limit. Do not get stuck in your head with just the idea. Keep going, implement, commit, and watch. You'll change the world with just your knowledge. And the more you know, the more somebody else is going to know. The more you teach, the more people are going to come your way because they're going to see you're real. You're helping them really succeed. I want you to do the same. So check me out. I'm going to have a workshop. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoy today, tonight, whenever you're tuning in. And come see me later, AginaSimpkins@gmail.com. And you can get on my Calendly. It's going to be at the bottom. I'm going to be a coach later on. And so look me up. It was nice talking to you. And I hope to see you on the other side. Stay committed. Have the courage. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't let anybody tell you what you cannot do. Do it for yourself and watch all the people come running. Have a great evening. It's nice enjoying talking to each and every one of you. Stay committed to your dreams. Talk to you later.
I actually just want y'all to get relaxed, get comfortable, because I'm actually about to take y'all back, way back to 1996. Now, imagine getting a phone call from your dad. Mia, Mimi. Answer, turn on the news. I believe that's JR. So I turned on the news, looking at from the news, from helicopter view, a car being pulled out from a ditch. And the moment that I saw that car, I knew exactly that was JR's car. I got quiet. All I could hear was my dad saying, Mimi, I think JR's dead. You need to call your mom and let her know. I didn't know what to say. I'm like, okay, praying. So I picked up the phone and called my mom. I could hear the phone ringing. Walgreens Pharmacy, this is Shantae. How can I help you? I said, Mom. She heard it in my voice. What, Mia? I said, Mom, I need for you to sit down. What, Mia? Mom, please sit down. Mia, just tell me. Mom, JR's dead. Phone just drops. All I can just hear is screaming, oh, Lord Jesus, why? Lord Jesus, why? Everything just changed within that moment. My mom, my dad, they didn't know anything about life insurance. That burden actually fell down on me. And I told myself, when I get older and I have kids, I want to make sure, if heaven forbid, if something was to happen to me, that, it wouldn't be that same situation. So that is why I'm so passionate when it comes to life insurance and educating people to understand what life insurance is about. So my why is the picture right here in the corner at the top. That is Glenn White, AKA JR, my brother, who I love and who I miss still to this day. Under that are my kids. The one in the middle, his name is Glenn White. Yes, my oldest. I named him after my brother. Next after that is Jonathan Risher and my little mini me, Mia. So this is why I do what I do when it comes to life insurance. So let's bring back the life and life insurance. And just to educate you, for you to understand what life insurance is truly about. So the biggest problem is people is avoiding that financial conversation because if they know if they have it, they got to do something about it. So let's just might as well go ahead and have that so we can do something about it. But, imagine yourself just taking total control over your financial future and handling that and knowing that, heaven forbid, if something was to happen, you'll have a peace of mind because you already put plans and things and actions and you're protected and anything can happen, but you are protected for the unexpected and the things that are expected to happen. So I'm your girl, yes, Mia White. How y'all doing? So I do have 3.5 years of experience in insurance. I said, I had to get out here and educate myself to catch up to the ones who's been in the business for a long time. I've helped over 100 educators, professional with their retirement planning. I have almost over $1 million in assets under my management that I take care of. And I have placed 1.4 million in life insurance. So in 2019, I was the top agent at American Income Life Insurance. 2020 and 21, yes, I still hold the title. I'm excited about that. And also I am an author. I did write a book, and guess what that book is? The book on life insurance. How much do you value your life? Our life is very important. Understand that GoFundMe and Fish Fry is not life insurance. We need to take care of our business while we're here. We don't buy life insurance, because we're going to die. We're going to buy life insurance because our loved ones are still here living. So here's the problem. The problem is you think if you talk about it that you're going to die. Oh, no, let's not talk about it. You jinxing me. I'm going to die. No. And most of everybody just have life insurance on their job. Understand that that's not life insurance. It's group insurance. You don't own it. Your job owns it. So heaven forbid, if your job say you're fired, guess what is fired? Your paycheck is fired, but not only your paycheck, your benefit is fired too. So if there's like an underlying condition, you might not be qualifying for life insurance ever again because you already have an underlying condition. And why are we leaving burdens behind? Come on now, that burden fell on me. I'm trying to prevent it from falling on anyone else because it don't feel good. And we don't understand the real value of life insurance. So this talk is going to be for you, okay? And we're going to talk about that life insurance is not just death. Life insurance is life insurance while we are living. So this talk is going to be for you if you're trying to avoid paying Uncle Sam. Who wants to avoid paying Uncle Sam? Because I do. Well, you can hide your money in the life insurance. Tax-free. Uncle Sam can't touch that. That's one of the vehicles that he cannot touch while your money is accumulating and growing. So we are going to learn that life insurance is what it is, life insurance and not death. So there are 3 different types of life insurance. We have term policy, we have traditional whole life, and we have universal life. Term is like car insurance. So say if you bought a 30-year term, heaven forbid, if something was to happen to you within those 30 years, we'll speak on death first. If death was to happen within those 30 years, guess what? Your beneficiary will reap that policy. Or if life was to happen, you're able to pull money out of that policy. Okay, so on the 31st year, if you don't reapply or convert, that policy is over and you have to do it all over again. The traditional whole life is the moment you started, long as you're paying those premiums to the rest of your entire whole life, you're covered. And then it also builds cash value. Universal life, there's 3 different types of universal life. You have the fixed universal life, variable universal life, and an index universal life. The index is my favorite. That's how you can accumulate your money tax-free and use it as your own banking. Can't get into it, but we will sooner or later. All right, so you have the old gym versus the new gym. The old gym is like the little flip phone versus the smartphone. It comes with death benefits, cash value, retirement opportunities, AD&D, accidental death and dismemberment, comes with a cancer, terminal illness versus the new gym. The smartphone, it comes with life protection where you can max out your cash value. You can create a retirement opportunity. It comes with the AD&D, accidental death and dismemberment, critical injury, critical illness, chronic illness, terminal illness. Heaven forbid if you were to develop coronavirus and it's really severe and you're hospitalized, guess what? You're able to pull your money out of your policy if you have the right policy. And it comes with death protection. So, another thing, life insurance has been the best kept secret of the wealthy for over 100 years. Did y'all not know that there has been tax code that has been grandfathered in for 107 years? Okay, so tax code 72E, that lets you accumulate your cash money while you're living, tax-free. And then tax code 7702, that one lets you access your money while you're living. You can go in there and pull your cash money out tax-free without Uncle Sam touching it. And then heaven forbid, if life was to happen, tax code 101A lets you transfer over and it blossom once you pass away. Your money blossom and transfer over to your heirs tax-free. Who wants Uncle Sam out of their pockets? I know I do. What about you? Well, it's in the life insurance. Like I said, it has been a best kept secret for over 107 years. This is how the rich has been getting richer. So what's the next step? Well, first of all, you need to know what you have. If you don't know what you have, how does your family know what you have? And then you have to make sure you have the right policy. Make sure your policy comes with living benefits as well as death benefits. There's a lot of agents out here that's only feeding you death benefits. So if you cannot pull your money out, if life was to happen and you can't pull that money out, you have the wrong policy. So make sure you have the right policy. Sit down with a professional who can help you sort it out, the things that you have and the things that you need. And let's create a tax-free strategy because that's what it's here for. You can also schedule an appointment with me. You go ahead and scan that QR code right there and get with me. I cannot wait to talk to you. I know I'm only giving you a little about what I can, but I appreciate y'all time. This is your girl, Mia White. I'm with Master Wealth Financial Group. I thank you for everything. Hey, Black CEO, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to let me be able to get on this platform and share a little bit of what I know. So y'all, thank you, and y'all have a blessed day today. Peace out.
Hello, everyone. Glad you showed up. Glad you came. Not sure when you're watching, so either good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. just really, really glad you showed up for yourself and maybe your family and maybe your future. So what I'm going to do is we're going to kind of go straight into what you really need to start your business, right? So if you hadn't heard of me before, my name is Agina Simpkins. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I now live in Athens, Georgia for the past 25 plus years. I started my own business about 13 years ago, and that is called Imagine Gymnastics, where I coach gymnasts in classes and all that fun stuff. I was a gymnast ever since the age of 2, just to kind of give you some little backstory. And now I teach people how to start their own business from my experience and how I started. So just to kind of give you a little bit of a backstory, I started gymnastics when I was 2 years old. I went on to be a fairly good gymnast, went to college on a scholarship, which people said that wasn't going to happen. All the things that people tell you you can't do, I end up doing anyway. And eventually, like my senior year, when I was going to be having to decide where I was going to go, I had to make some really hard decisions. During that time, I had to decide, was I going to stay at home and try out for the Olympics in 1992, or was I going to go to school and just pass on that opportunity because it was time for me to graduate and to move on to college? So people were suggesting maybe you should stay back and, try out for the Olympics. And I really did not want to stay out of school a year. I think this is where my dilemma came in with me, is that I was a fairly decent student and I had plans and dreams. And I didn't want to give that up for something that wasn't a sure thing. But I think that's where I start to learn that you will not get to the places you want to go without taking chances. All right. So long story short, I ended up doing both things. I didn't make a choice. I've actually made my choice based on what I thought I could do. So I went to the University of Georgia and I competed for them for their season. And then when it was time to compete for the United States of America, I went back to my gym and trained with my coach for a couple of weeks. And then I had to basically all go through the system. And I tried out. I had to go through all these meets to qualify over and over and over again. And in fact, I really made it to Olympic trials in 1992. Now at Olympic trials, that's a different story. It didn't come out so well. And I just didn't do what I thought I would do there, but I have no regrets because I tried it. I did what I wanted to do. I had a plan. I set out on that plan and I executed. And that's why I'm here now. So I teach people how to take risk, take small risk, but take a risk. Jump out on faith, jump out on yourself and choose better, right? And listen to both sides of the stories and then make a good conscious effort based upon what you know. So this is where I'm going to teach you how to take your knowledge, your trauma, your drama, your talents, your expertise, the things that you've been taught, the things that we've grown up to know and we think that are mundane or they're so simple. Nobody would, pay me for that. Nobody would do that. They will. Everything that you know, somebody is only one step ahead of you or behind you. So do not think you have to be an expertise in your field. Okay, that's where we get stuck also. You don't have to be an expert in gardening. You don't have to be an expert in teaching people how to screw something in the wall. You don't have to be an expert in furniture making. You don't have to be an expert in a product. You just have to know what you know is valuable and that you're teaching somebody and they're learning from what you are putting out as content. So let's start with, what is my product? What am I selling? What do I have that people want to learn from me? Now, some of you might already have a project or a product or an ebook or a course, anything like that, that is awesome. And you can still listen and make better changes based upon what you know and what you hear and how to expand your business as well. So let's start with the people who have nothing. So say you know how to garden really well, and people walk past your neighborhood all the time and tell you, oh my God, your yard looks awesome. And you're thinking, thank you so much. And then they start giving you, asking you questions and giving you great compliments every day. And a lot of people are doing it, not just one or two. Bingo. Okay, there's a business. Have you ever gone up and down your street and looked at other people's yard and you thought, oh, I wish I could help them? You can. You really can. Now, to start out with, maybe you should start by giving your services for free or helping friends or family, and then showing those people's responses, their outcomes about what you've given to them. And it doesn't have to be paid for, but they can just say, Becky Simmons is the best gardener in the whole world. And it could have started in your own backyard. It could have started with 3 houses up and down the road. It could have started with your family. You go to everybody's house every year and start their garden. And now they have this great garden because nobody has a green thumb in the family except you, right? So these are things and testimonies that you can use later on. So I'm just going to start to tell you how to start to make your moves. So let's think about it. So say you don't have a product, or you feel like you don't have something that's tangible and you like, I don't have anything to sell. Okay, so what do you know that's really good and you could really talk a long time about that? That's a great subject to start off in your business. What's something you can tell somebody and you don't have to think about? You could just start telling them a story and they were, oh my God, that's so awesome. How'd you learn that? Those are opportunities to realize that's a business. That's something that they didn't know. And through that, they can prosper themselves. So let's start by just selling your time. Okay, so you're like, I don't have a product. I don't have a course. I don't have an ebook. I don't have anything. Okay, let's start by selling your time. And an ebook is really easy. I'm going to give you this little tidbit. I'm going to give you my first free tidbit. Okay, if you can talk about something for at least 15 to 20 minutes, if not longer, into a microphone, into a speaker, into anything you can actually kind of think of that can record you, your phone, anything. That's an ebook. Okay, you're like, really? How? So you send that to somebody, or you can take your recording. I'm going to give you a little tip. Everybody listen in. You can take that recording and download it to YouTube, and they will give you a transcript of what you just said. That transcript is basically an ebook. And then I'll show you how to put a cover on that. And you can send that to Amazon. You can do a lot more things with that recording than ever imaginable. You can put that as one of your purchases on your site. And I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but I just want to give you an idea how easy it is to write a book. You don't have to really write a book. You can talk a book. Okay, I'll give you a couple more sites that do it other than YouTube for free. So you can basically speak into a microphone, anything that records, send it off. Somebody will send you back the transcripts for free. And there's your book. Okay, that's one. So now let's say, I don't know if I can do that either. I just don't know. Find something you like to do, okay? Choose a topic, a subject. If I always ask people, how would you spend your days if you didn't have to have a job? If you did not have to go into work, how would you spend your days? Oh, I just love vacationing. Perfect. So now you need to look up and find vacation spots, vacation destinations. Go to these places and find out where how they can do it, how they can do it for a cheaper price, how they can use you as an affiliate, which means you told them about the place. If you don't know what affiliate marketing is, yeah, you told someone about the place, and through your reference, they get a cheaper price, and you also get paid on the flip side of it. So that's something that maybe you haven't even thought about. You don't even have to have a project or a product, something tangible. You can always sell your time and your knowledge immediately. And this is why it's kind of easier than people think. So we're going to start by choosing that thing that you love to do. You have good knowledge about. You know you could talk about it with somebody without getting bored. And you can speak to people who know less than you, right? Because you think you have to be an expert. You do not have to be an expert, okay? A doctor didn't come out of high school and he was a doctor. He eventually had to go through all those people to make him a doctor. So you're just one of those people. When you go to school and you went to college, or say you went to a technical school and you have 23 to 30, 40 students sitting in that classroom, those kids are paying a regular person who just knows knowledge. And they sometimes are paying $20,000 a year for a semester, or maybe just that class itself is $1,500. So $1,500 times 30 people in that classroom is what this guy is getting paid, or his salary is based upon all those students. He's not an expert. He's not a genius. A lot of the times they haven't even done the work, but they know the information. They know the product. They can teach you about it. Sometimes even their experience is not hands-on, okay? They are still there to teach. You're there to learn. And there's a service that is being exchanged. And that's why we pay them. We pay them because we're learning things that we do not know. You can do the same. They're not an expert. Don't feel like you have to be an expert. Don't get stuck there. All right. So now we've chosen something. I'm going to do, let's say, gardening. And I'm going to sell my knowledge. So when I say my knowledge, just think about it as being whatever you know how to do. A gymnastics flip, a cartwheel, a handstand, screwing something into the wall, teaching people how to paint, teaching people piano lessons, teaching people how to market. I mean, what your knowledge is limitless, okay? The basic thing is what I tell people to do is start off basic. Don't start off so far that you lose a lot of people or you never even get started, okay? So now we have a product or an idea or a thought or our knowledge or an experience, okay? Maybe I didn't go over experience really well. Your experience could be, I was a single mom. I raised 5 kids by myself. How did I do that? That's an experience. Do you know how many people want to know how to raise 5 kids by themselves and not go into debt and maybe not be on government funding, and how they still was able to grow and show 5 kids how to love, live, and find marriage again? That's an experience. Or what you went through. I had a hard time dealing with whatever. I don't want to get into a specific thing. So I had a hard time dealing with this divorce. So let's say divorce. And I went through a divorce and I taught myself how to co-parent. And that really is somebody's actual thing that they did, is they have a course out showing people how to co-parent and not how to argue, and how to actually come to resolution and not have to be different people when they go to different houses. So I can act this way with my mom, but when I come over to my dad's house, I have to be this way. We want to only have kids who need to be one way, and that's the right way. And she's doing awesome, okay? So think about that as an example. What's something that you went through that was your experience that you could teach somebody how to not have to have the drama, the trauma, and maybe you had that first and then you found a better way. So tell them your story too, okay? Tell them your story, how you made it through, how you are here now, today, prospering, and how your kids are doing well. And loving life and married or not married, just happy, right? And they don't have any guilt associated with the divorce, okay? So your experience, right? All right, now here we go. Step 2. I need a website. I don't have any place to send anybody. I don't know anybody. I don't want to ask my friends and family. I don't want to be a nag. I don't want to do all these things that we have to do something, but these are the normal processes that stop us from doing anything, okay? So we're going to get out of that rut really quick. We're going to start by, I'm going to tell you about this one site, and you can do it on your phone. It's called Uverse, and you can make a website. And you can actually, if you don't even have a computer, you can actually do it on your phone. It's actually made better for your phone. And all you do is go to the site, and it's an app, and it's Uverse, like Uverse, and you can download it to your phone. And then you just say the title of your business, whatever you like. Gardening by Becky Simmons. And that's your title. You can actually make it a domain as well. You can do everything on this one site. I think they may charge you maybe a price for or domain, but you can actually have a website that says your name in it, and it has like little Uverse at the end or whatever, but it has your name in it. So it's actually kind of good. And, you know, a couple extra letters, whatever they add on to websites. And then you could actually take that link and turn it into another URL. You can go to Tiny URL and make that link whatever you want. Or you can actually go to GoDaddy.com and buy a domain name and connect it to this website, which is free. Okay, so you get a free website, and you can say whatever you want on it. You can add pictures, you can drop and drag, you can use pictures from your phone, you can use pictures from the internet, you can put a lot on your site. You can even at the bottom scroll down and have a place where people can purchase from that site, which is really awesome. Okay, so that's number 1. And I can give you a couple free hosting places, but this is probably the easiest one, the best one. It's the quickest. It's on your phone. You can use pictures from your phone, and you don't have to be really, really super tech savvy. It's like a little template, and you can just drag and drop stuff in. And they also have generic pictures that you can use. So don't think, oh, I got to have, where am I going to find pictures and things like that? They have generic pictures that you can use too, and you don't have to have a lot of pictures. You just have to be able to type in some stuff and tell people what you're selling, what you're about, you know, a normal website, okay? But it's free. Now, part 2 is, this is another way to not have to bug family members, friends, things like that. How do I get people? How do I know people? How do I know people are interested in what I do? So this is where I tell you the easiest thing is Facebook, right? There's Twitter, there's Instagram, there's all these social media things out there, but I still think Facebook is the easiest to navigate and look through. Now, Facebook has gotten harder with doing other things, but you can still keep Facebook simple in the beginning. Let's keep it simple. We're trying to go simple. So if you do not have a fan book, or I'm saying, let's start over, a Facebook page, start off with a Facebook page, and that's just yourself, your name, you know, where you live, the vicinity. You don't have to be exact. And what you do is always good to know. And, you know, a couple pictures of, you know, whatever. If you don't like putting up for yourself, put up still shots of people, family, friends, whatever you like. Okay, so I had a little moment for a second, but after you start your own special Facebook page, and it's just about you, like I said, keep it simple, doesn't have to say a lot. Then I want you to start a fan book page. So if you look on the side of Facebook, either at the side panel or at the top, it'll tell you, it'll say like pages groups, all these kind of things. Just hit pages, and then you're going to start a new page, and it'll say like fan page. So you can start there, make a fan book page, and that can be something geared towards your business. Again, like Becky Simmons Flowering. So something where they know it relates to you, or it relates to what your business is about. Okay, so don't have a random, I don't know, that would be good. Something that's just random and I don't know what it is just from the title if I'm scrolling. If people are scrolling and looking for things about gardening or working out or tennis or gymnastics or business or entrepreneurships, you want to make sure you come up in that search. So use a name that will show up when people are looking for the type of business you're in. So don't make it so random that I don't know what's going on. Okay. So you're starting with the Uverse, right? You're going to start like a website so that you can send somebody places. And then you're going to start with the Facebook. And the website really is just to kind of see, what you do. It's a better explanation. They believe you're a real business. And then even at the bottom of the website, you can have them purchase something or send them somewhere so that they can purchase something. Or you don't have a place to send them. Okay, so that's the next. I don't have a place to send anybody. Okay, have them call you, have them email you. That's a place to send somebody. Okay, don't get stuck there, because that's the next thing we do. Oh, I don't have anything else. Okay, so you made a free website and you have an email. And if you don't, go to Google and set up an email account. And you basically have a phone. So if you can have an email and a phone, you have a place to send somebody. But you also have a website where they can see that you're kind of a legitimate business. Now you can take that website title or URL and change it to another, heading if it doesn't look like it pertains to your business enough, and change it. You can go to tiny.url and they show you how to change the URL so that you can make it seem more like your business. Okay, that's just a little tidbit. Now you've got the Uverse, you have your regular Facebook page, and now you have a fan page. Okay, and you can make this fan page a group, a fan page. You can do a group too, and you make it private. So everybody will not be able to just see it, go on your site, anything like that. They have to be let in by you and approved. So this way you don't have, weird people or strange people who are not really supposed to be there. They're in the wrong place. They somehow got to your site and they really aren't supposed to be there. And they thought it was something it was not. So this way you can approve it. And it's people specifically geared towards what you're doing. Okay. Bingo. That is it. That's called a warm lead already. So now you have people coming in, and what you start to do in the beginning, you just give them content. Just tell them great things about what you know, about what they're wanting to know. Ask them questions, give them feedback, and then eventually, depending on what kind of responses you're getting and how many people are in the group, then you would like to start to sell. But you have to gain confidence, trust, a community type of feeling where you're not here just to use them up. You're here to teach them and help them and grow them and help them learn so that they can make better decisions and choices in their lives. Okay, so give them good content. Just in the beginning, tell them great things, give them tips, give them things that they can use immediately. And the next thing is also find groups that are already in existence. They're already doing stuff like this. They're already in gardening. Go on their websites or go on their Instagrams or Facebook pages. Let's stick with Facebook if that's too much for you. So go on their Facebook page and look, go under groups and type in the group you want to find. Gardening, whatever that is. Okay, so you've done all that work. You've put in, I'm looking at people, I'm seeing what other groups are doing. I'm checking out other people's Instagram, you know, Twitter, anything that you're trying to get knowledge, that people who are already doing what you're doing, you're just trying to look. And these are starting to going to give you ideas. They're going to give you marketing tactics and things like that. All right. So you have the Uverse app, you have your fanbook page, and you have your Facebook fanbook page. You have a regular Facebook, and then now you have a fanbook or group. All right. And make them private. So now you're sending people there and just giving them great content. Okay. Eventually you're going to throw in your sale. Now, what am I selling, Agina? Now here we are. Now I'm stuck again. So now I have people and now I don't have a product, right? Because we're doing this in days. We're not doing this in months. We're doing this in days. So all the things that I told you that you just had to do, if you don't have any of those things, may take you 30 to 40 minutes, all of them. Okay. No excuses. Now, next, I don't have a product, Regina. I don't have this. I don't really have anything. I just have what I know. Perfect. You know what we're going to start selling? Your time. So now you're going to start selling your time first while you're making a product. Okay. So they're going to sign up for you for your knowledge. And this is where you're going to have to be able to answer questions, pick up the phone, answer an email, because this is what you have. You don't have any big, you know, systems yet in play. So you'll have to pay attention, and they should come in small numbers in the beginning. But you answer those calls, you answer those text messages, you answer those emails immediately so that they see that you're serious too. Okay. So now you're like, okay, what am I still selling? Okay. What's my product? It's not tangible. I don't have a shirt. I don't sell jewelry. I don't sell these things. Okay. So that's where we're going into selling your time. So you're selling your time, but now what are you selling? I'm going to stick with gardening to keep it easy. I'm going to teach you how to build a garden, how to start, when to plant, when to seed, when to prune, when to do all these things. Okay. So now you're selling. So you're selling your knowledge. You tell them, I'm going to go on. You can go into your Facebook fan page or group, and now you go live there. And that's where you give your content. So if you don't even have Zoom, now Zoom is free, and you can have a Zoom account, which is free, I think, for the first 40 minutes. And then you have to make sure you stay in those 40 minutes because they will cut you off. So make sure not to go over those 40 minutes. If you're starting up brand new and you want a free hosting where you can talk like this, and if you use Zoom, you can use Zoom because you can say whatever you want on Zoom. Facebook fan page and Facebook in general, you can still say a lot, but sometimes they edit some of your, advertisings out. Sometimes, if you're just given a number or a text or a feed or something at the bottom, that's usually pretty much still okay. They'll let you know when they block anything. So you'll know if they block anything. Always, if you're using Facebook, I always try to sell before or after, not during that meeting or that live demonstration. You could also say, here's the link, and then they can just click on the link and go from there. Okay. But on Zoom, if you're using Zoom, you can say whatever you want. You can have them use you, email you, text you. This is where, if you don't have any kind of merchant services, this is where you can maybe use Cash App or Venmo. I don't necessarily suggest that because it's not as professional as the rest. But if you have to use something where people can send you money, I feel like that's the easiest. Venmo is usually rated a little bit higher than Cash App, but whatever people have and they want to send it to you, that's a good way to get started. Okay. You can also go to calendly.com and sign up for a free scheduling, where people come in and they can go to you, call you, text you, sign up for your time, and you can put your time. Now, Calendly is pretty savvy too. It's free also. You can always upgrade so you can do more and you can have different projects open. Now on Calendly, you can sell as well. So that's a good place to put your, basically my session for 15 minutes. So now you're selling your time, right? So my session for 15 minutes is $15. My session for 30 minutes is $25. My session for an hour is $45 to $60, right? So you're giving them all the content they can take within 15 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour. And you can say 45 if you like to, but you're giving everybody the increments that you believe they can afford or they can pay for. And since you don't have a product, you're just selling your time. So you have to make those scheduled calls. And that's why they go to Calendly, because now you're sending them to a place, it's free, and they can sign up for your time. So that's what you're selling in the beginning, is just your time. So now, yay, I have a product. It's you. You're your product, you're your brand right now, and you can get started. So they go to Calendly. You have to make little boxes of what you would like them to be able to sign up for. I would start off simple, maybe 1, 2, or 3 options. And then in those options, you set a price. So even before they go to the Zoom meeting or your Facebook page or fan page or wherever you're going live, they've already paid for the purchase. So you don't have to say anything about money during those recordings, okay? You can always add something at the end. If you want further knowledge or if you want more information, go back to my Calendly and schedule an appointment with me so we can talk about what's next for you, okay? Start with just giving them a place to go after they've learned what you've first offered, okay? You always want to say, what's next, what's next, what's next? And you make what's next based on what they're asking you. Now, this is the other part. When you are actually doing the videos or the live feeds or the Zoom calls, you have to record yourself, because this is going to be your marketing strategy, your marketing genius. So now you have recordings of your teachings. So now I have a course I'm going to make. So this is course 101, where I teach you how to plant, seed, flower, how deep to put the plants, depending on what they are. And thank you, bingo, that's what they purchased. Now, next year, next month, whatever they think, oh my God, it was such a great season. How do I keep those up? Do I have to replant all those? Do I have to prune those next year? So now you're giving them course 102. And you're recording yourself as you're teaching people when they want to know. So you keep recording and recording and recording all your sessions. And then you make that in order, put those things in order. And now you have a course. Now you have an ebook. Now you have things that will work without you having to constantly show up. Woo! Bingo. That's how we make our stuff evergreen. That's how we make making money around the clock. So you start off by putting the work in and recording. Then when you start to level up and upgrade, I show you how to scale. I show you how to put that someplace where people can purchase that later. I've already showed you how to do it in Calendly, and that's free. Now in Calendly, I think you can only have 1 or 2 things that you offer at a time for the free account. If you upgrade, and I think it's a yearly subscription, or it's pretty cheap if you do it monthly. I want to say like $2.99, $3.99, but I think if you do it for the year, it's like $39. It's something extremely affordable, and it works really, really, really well. And you can put pictures up on there. So when you send somebody a link, when they click on it, it looks cute, it's pretty. You can put yourself, you can put your logo. You can do a lot with Calendly if you have not ever tried them. And it's really simple. Like I don't even really have to explain it. That's how simple it is. When you go in, they tell you what to do, and it's really easy, okay? And that's a place where you can collect money, show your product as far as if it's not tangible. So you're selling time, or you're selling an appointment to sell something else, or you're selling the appointment right at that point, and the next time you meet, it will be on Zoom or Google because they've already signed up for a time, okay? So you have all these things that people say, oh, I can't do, right? And you can attach Stripe, if you have Stripe, or if you have merchant services other than Cash App or Venmo, you can connect that to both Uverse, which was the place that I told you to go on your phone to start a website. And then you can also connect it to Calendly. So there they can pay before they show up on your sites, on your Zoom, on your Calendly. And then you can also make things for free. Once people are in the group or in the fan group page, or they're in your group and you just want to go live and give content and information for free, that's fine. Especially if you're doing a subscription, they've already paid for the month. So when you're giving free content, they appreciate that all month. And then next month, it's only for the people who are in the group already, and they've already paid you because they're on a monthly subscription. Now you can either keep that like that all the time, or when they drop out, you can remove them from the group. If it's a free group, keep it a free group, but then I would also have a private group where people are paying and you also offer a little bit more, okay? And you can have more than one fan group page, okay? So some people think, oh, she only wanted my money. No, you keep giving those people the content, and you can keep one for free, and you can keep one that's paid. And that's a good way to level up, okay? So they can like, hey, you're on this great site, and it's my fan book page, but then we have a private group for people who want to level up faster. And that's only $17, $18 a month. Okay, do the math. When you have 20 and 30 and 40 people and 100 and 200, that's good money. Okay, and I'll break that math down later. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is start by doing those 3 simple tasks: website, fan book, regular Facebook, fan book or group page. And then I want you to start to Google and go into Google or Facebook and start to look up groups who are already doing what you're doing and who are already in the field, and they have, thousands and thousands of followers. Go there, say good comments, say things there that are encouraging, give content, invite them to your page eventually in a nice way, or to an email. Oh, email me if you want more information about, maybe they asked a question and you can say, oh, I went through the same thing. I don't know if I want to share all my business right here, but if you email me, I'll tell you how I did it. I'll tell you how I got out of that rut. And now you have their email, and then you can send them to your site, because you don't want to look like you're stealing people from other people's sites. You don't want to be blocked in certain groups. So say nice things, nice things, nice things, nice things, nice things, nice things, comment. Doesn't always have to be nice, but comment, give real comments and good content in their group. And then when somebody responds back to you, you can say, oh my God, that is so awesome, or what have you. And then invite them to either your page, an email, and then after the email, they can then you can send them, where you want to send them. But start off by just comments, okay? So now you're getting people who know you, and you know what they start to do? They start to look you up, and they become your Facebook fan page follower, or Facebook, they look up your name. That's why I say get a Facebook page also. And then they've reached out to you, and now it seems totally normal. Now they're trying to friend you. It seems totally normal when you start interacting with them and giving good content and information, and you send them someplace else. It seems like they reached out to you, and you responded so nicely and so graciously as to help them even more. So you look like a savior, okay? So keep that in mind. look up other people's faces, fan book pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and see all the followers, make comments, look at their ads, if they're having any ads or anything like that. I'll show you a good place. This is another little tidbit. Write this one down, where you can show or find how people are advertising. You can go to Facebook ads in Google library, and then you're going to get to a little screen, and then you can type in whatever your subject is or your niche or what you're looking at to start to do, or anything you like, your talents. Like I said, your trauma, your drama. It could be divorce. It could be a lost child, like people who lose children. I know that's a hard subject to deal with. And you put those things in, and then you see their ads and advertisements and who are at the top of that list. And then you kind of mimic those, or you get those ideas from those ads that are already in existence and are converting. Okay. So those are things you can do, right? What I want you to do now is take action. I want you to do those 3 things. And if you already have a Facebook page, a website, a hosting, you're already in business, I want you to start to go look up ads. So look up the ads in Google, Facebook ads library, so that you can start to advertise. If you're not making any sales, or you're not making the sales you want to make, this is what I suggest you do. Start looking up ads. And then if you would like, you can text me or call me or email me or go to my Calendly. I have a Calendly set up as well. And if you use Calendly, it's calendly.com/Agina Simpkins. So it's basically my name, and my name should be on the bottom of this. But my Calendly is Agina Simpkins, and it's actually calendly.com/Agina Simpkins. You can go there, and that's probably the easiest place to go first, and sign up for a free consultation. And I'll talk to you, and I'll see where you are. Are you already in business? Are you trying to expand your business? Or do you need more followers? Do you need more people? Do you have nothing and you want to start, immediately? And there's all different places that we are in this process. Or you have a lot of information and you don't know what to do with it. So I've been there, done that. So what I'm going to do, I'll send you that link, and you'll see the link at the bottom of the page. Or you can just email me. Again, my name is Agina Simpkins, and it's at gmail.com. And it's AGINASIMPKINS at gmail.com. Those are the 2 easiest ways so that we can see where you're starting, where you're coming from, and where you're trying to go. Okay. And then we'll go from there. On my Calendly, you'll see other options. If you want to jump in instantly at someplace else, you're welcome to do that as well. If you want to have a free consultation, you can do that as well before you get started. But I'm so glad you showed up. I want everybody to get up and tell yourself that this year you are doing what you say you're going to do. You are not giving up anymore. You're not changing your mind. You're not going to let somebody talk you out of it. Okay? You're not going to listen to the people who tell you what you can't do. We're done. We're not doing that anymore. We're going to trust ourselves and our knowledge, have the courage, have the commitment to do more. You know you don't want to work for anybody anymore. You know it's time to start your own business. Do you want to have people continuously telling you when to clock out, when to clock in, when to go to the bathroom, when to take a vacation, when to go see your kids at a game, a recital, a football game, a basketball game, soccer, lacrosse, cheerleading competitions, gymnastics? Okay. You want your time to be worked around you, not around somebody telling you what to do. I think that's why I started my own business. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to take and teach people how to take their time back, how to work for themselves, how to take their knowledge and their experiences and give them the courage to step out on faith and take what they know up here and make it a business, make it a profitable business. And then the next thing is like, oh, I don't know what to charge. I don't know what to, what to do with my time. How much is that? How much is that worth? When we start talking about people's time, it's priceless. It's priceless. And that is another thing I help you do. I'll help you manage what you're offering, what the time you're offering, and how to make that profitable in the beginning. Because I know that can be a weird situation. But if you are helping people, people are willing to pay way more than you think. Because you're helping them. You're helping them level up. You're helping them go to their next level. You're helping them be a better person. Everybody wants to do that. So remember, stay strong, stay tough, stay committed, and look me up. I will be there for you. I will help you. I will help you stay committed. I'll give you the courage. I'll give you the clarity. I'll give you everything you need to stay energized, consistent, and committed. We have to stay committed. I think that's where we lose it, is we don't know how to stay committed. Remember your why, and remember why you're doing it. And that's really helpful. But I will keep you accountable. All right. So thanks for joining me. Keep me posted. Look me up. Find me. And let's take it to the next level. All right. Thanks for coming. And let's make 2022 your best year. Bye.
Conference. So welcome to all of you in the audience, and let us kick it off. And let's start with sharing a bit of our background on how we became leaders and how we became experts within our industry. Robin, why don't you kick it off?
Okay, my name's Robin Corbins. I'm a 16-year educator in special education. I started in Louisiana in 2003, moved in 2005 to Atlanta, and nourished and honed my craft through a master's degree on my way back to Louisiana. So I made a round trip thanks to that famous hurricane called Katrina. And once I got back, I started working on my degrees. My children were, let's just say, in between, but the start was 88, and I graduated in 99 with my first one. Okay, my first degree. The second one was in 2007 after the 2005 hurricane. So in all those years, I just kept working to get what I felt I deserved.
I love that. And Yvette, how about you?
Experience. I became a leader in my industry. I was in my late 20s when my marriage ended. And I was financially, it was very difficult for me and my children. So I changed my career. I went into financial services, and that gave me such an education as a woman in a male-dominated industry. That I started to empower myself with the things that I learned. And I've always cared about women, especially women with children who've been through adversity. And my most enjoyable clients seem to be the ones who are going through the roughest time. So really, it's just experience, my own personal experience, and my learning, just absorbing and applying everything I learned year after, the next year you learn a little more, you do a little more, you learn a little more, you do a little more. And those principles were able to teach me so much. And so now all of that has come together, and I've actually become a leader in my field, especially with women. Some say I'm sexist, but I'm not. I'm not sexist. I'm not sexist. But I understand. This is who I communicate best with. That's
You
it.
understand your audience, and
Yes.
women need help too, okay? We need it more than most. We make the world go round. We birthed you.
Yes, we do.
And let's introduce Tanya.
Hello, everyone. My experience actually started when I was a teenager. I developed a love. I discovered that I loved writing, and that was like a way for me to be able to express my creativity. So I went to college, of course, and got my degree in mass communication. My focus mainly, of course, was journalism, and I worked for a newspaper for about 4 years and realized that I actually wanted to do something else. I wanted a little bit more, um, I guess you would say, freedom as far as being able to express my writing. So I went into marketing and PR and found out that, hey, I love being a storyteller and helping others to be able to tell their story. So that's how I got into this, and I love it. It's my passion.
That is incredible. And last one, best one on our panel, we have Amber.
Hello, everyone. Amber Hawkins, hailing out of Toledo, Ohio. Long story short, came to love computers. Although I didn't go total technology, I do know some IT, information technology and the like, but I would say my specialty is as far as bridging the gap between those who know and those who don't know about computers and technology. I went to the matriculation of school, elementary, junior, high school, college, all of that, and also have a master's in educational technology, human resources specification. The thing was that with all of that, it was challenging as far as employment was concerned. Varied experiences, which I'm glad about, but I found myself very unusually laid off more than employed. So I went through probably about 6 or 7 layoffs. I lost count after 5, but anyway, I went through a program locally here in the Toledo, Ohio area, SS Toledo, which is a 13-week program that shows individuals who would like to start their own businesses how to do it, because I need like a classroom structure type of thing, because after the wee hours of the morning, job hunting, it was like I just sighed and said, that's it, no more. I'm going to start my own business. At least I won't have to lay myself off. So went through that, went through the ups and downs of entrepreneurism, and that is going to be constant. I'll tell anybody, that you stick with it and do what's necessary in order to stick with it, and been doing it ever since, and loving it where people have that aha moment, especially if they find computers and technology challenging.
I absolutely love that. That is incredible. And all of you have amazing stories to share. So before we kick it off, I also wanted to introduce myself. As a little girl, I was raised to be a leader from probably the day I came out the womb. That was my dad's mission for me, was to be a leader. And so I took that seriously. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. I was always captain of my cheer team, a president of choir, those types of things that at the beautiful age of 17 was a store manager for an ice cream shop. Go me. So as I continued to grow up through my careers and college, I found myself always in management roles within sales and marketing. And I carry that on with me. And I'm sure none of you are shocked, but 2020 happened and it wasn't the glorious thing we all thought it was going to be.
Nope.
So 1 week before my birthday, my 30th birthday, I was laid off, and I was a single mom. I was devastated. I was going into a new decade of life, jobless, and I didn't know what to do. And like everybody else and their dog, was calling unemployment and on hold for about 1 trillion years. So that wasn't going to work for me. I don't sit still very well. We will notice that in this panel. I will be moving everywhere. So I was looking at Grayson, watching him play, watching Disney Plus, wondering how Disney Plus was going to stay on. And in that moment, was also scrolling through Instagram, and it dawned on me that I could really teach people how to use social media and turn it into a scroll stopping moneymaker, because I was an award-winning salesperson and always top in my departments for being the queen of social media. So I merged those skill sets, created Gray Digital Marketing, and since then have done some incredible things like be listed as one of the top 50 marketers on the rise for the African American Marketing Association. So incredible stuff since 2020, and super grateful that I get to moderate this panel with such incredible women to share our secrets to success. And what I want everybody to know is success looks different for every single person. And how we got there is more important than where we've arrived. And so as you hear our stories, from the ones we just told to the ones we're going to share here in a few moments, look for those gold nuggets that resonate with you, because all 5 of us come from different backgrounds and all 5 of us have different stories to tell. But the success is in the details, and we've got to where we have gotten to because of hard work, effort, and for many of us, because we have children to feed. So we are so excited to share this moment with you. And we're all going to go around and share how we define success, because everyone defines it differently based on their own personal experience. And we're going to start with Robin, but how do you define success?
For me, success is if someone learns something from me today. Success is not always about money to me. Yes, people need money. Yes, you have to pay bills. But being the type of person that I am, success for me is if somebody meets me and they learn something from me today, I've been successful today. Tomorrow, you're not promised anything. But today, you start at between 12:01 a.m. and 12 midnight. If someone's learned something from me today, that is a successful day for me. Now, everything else is what we call in Louisiana, lagna. That means extra. Okay, so whatever I can teach someone and they've learned it, it's success for me.
That is
You
beautiful.
teach them how to fish and they can eat for life.
How about you, Tanya?
So I define success where the things that you love to do meets what you were destined to do. That to me is considered as success. A lot of times, just like Robin was saying, you know, success isn't always defined by the bottom dollar. And I think that especially in my particular industry and helping small businesses to be able to tell their story, a lot of times they are so stressed and so focused on the money aspect.
Yep.
And it's not even about that, that if you are doing what you are destined to do, what you love to do, the money's going to follow. It's going to come. So that's my definition. It's simple, straight to the point. You know, it's all about what you're passionate about doing. And if it meets right there at that critical point of what you're destined to do, you've become successful.
Beautiful, like absolutely beautiful. I love how the two just like merge together and you're like, no, this is what you love and what you're destined for. Incredible. Yvette.
Well, when I was homeschooling my adult children, one of the things I would tell them is that if you can find what you love to do and find a way to make money doing it, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's cliche. I'm sure we've heard that before. But to me, that is success. Doing something for a living that is something you would love to do. Me counseling, talking to women, helping with finances and things like that. That's something for many clients I was doing for free anyway. So the people who couldn't afford me that I cared about. So success to me is that and being in the best physical condition I can be in, being in the best mental condition I can be in, being in the best emotional condition that I can be in, and close family relationships, relationships with my friends. So relationships are serious. Success also, I guess, is multifaceted. For me, is being debt free, retiring comfortably, having a plan for as I age. It's a lot of longevity in my family. My grandmother's like 102 when she passed. Everybody's like 90s, 100, 80s, and I don't want to be a burden on my children. So knowing that I've made the plans that need to be made, that while they're raising their children, they don't have to worry about mom. They can come see me and not see about me. So I guess that's success, all wrapped up for me.
That's success for a lifetime. That is incredible. Amber, how about you?
With what all the ladies mentioned, I will say, as far as the financial part, because you have to admit a lot of people are concerned about that, at least in that aspect of it, be financially literate. I would say that for me, actually back around 2019, 2020, that was the time frame I decided in my mind, because along with what I was going through, I came to the realization I was not financially literate as I thought. And that was very important to me. And it's actually very important as far as our livelihoods. I would equate that as part of success, because you are going to do what you're going to do, and in the enjoyment of life, at least have that financial foundation that you need. As far as what you do you find the joy in it? Because if you're not finding the joy in what you're doing, and it's like a day by day by day by day, you're feeling kind of robotic and all of that, maybe that needs to be investigated. And like, okay, wait a minute, is this going to equate to the life I'm trying to live, or is this going to be where this is how things are going to be it your job, be it business, be it whatever the case may be. So having that financial foundation, or at least learning more about it, and doing what you love that brings you joy. So people learning about and having that opportunity to overcoming whatever computer skill they're trying to learn, that brings me joy.
I absolutely love all of these. All of you are so incredible. I just am like writing down these gold nuggets as we go. And I think for me personally, I would really define success a couple ways. One way that is not your typical way, but that is by learning how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. I think that when you're uncomfortable, you're trying new things and you're growing and learning, because our comfort zone is should be a very scary place for all of us. And then I also look at it as just help one person every single day. And so if me helping one person every single day helps take me out of my comfort zone, then I'm advancing and learning. And I consider that being successful, because I don't ever want to stop learning. And every golden nugget I take in, I get to give back out to the world. So that is how I would define success. So we're going to keep going with this panel. And if you haven't yet grabbed your notebook and pen, I suggest you do so, because it's only going to get better from here as we move along to our next beautiful question, which is, what adversity did you overcome to reach your current level of success? And looking back, what do you wish you did differently? And we're going to swing that lovely question over to Yvette.
Belief. I think belief in myself was probably the biggest thing, because the comfort zone is not comfortable. You're used to it, but the comfort zone is not comfortable. And the belief that I could take it to the next level, the next level, the next level. was something that was very challenging for me, because everything I wanted to do and the ways I wanted to advance were things I didn't know yet. I had to learn. And things I had to implement that I just was not used to doing. So I think belief in myself was the biggest thing. And then I think looking back, I would realize that you can't be a one-woman show and run a business. You need people. We need people. There's nothing you can do on your own. So that's probably the biggest take, getting overwhelmed because I just didn't realize things get so big and it was just one me. Wearing 20 hats, the marketer, the newsletter, the content writer, the this, the that, the person taking the appointments. I was doing everything. So that's the biggest thing, is just always knowing that you need people. You cannot do it alone, and believing in myself.
I literally just told somebody, thank you for that exact thing. Like, I can't do this alone. It's too hard. Full stop. Makes you go a little crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Robin, how about you?
I would say the one thing I would have done differently would have been started a little bit earlier. In case you can't tell, I'm not 17, 18 and a half. I think I would have started a little bit earlier. In my particular situation, I come from a small town where I was raised by my grandparents in a village. Well, my grandmother in a village. So college was not in the card for me earlier. By the time I went to college, I was almost 25 years old. Most people at 25 have 2 jobs, the picket fence, the house, all of that. At 25, I was a single parent, divorced, and signing up to go to school. And I started at 18. Yes, it would have been different. But because my journey started late, I believe that what I went through from 25 to the age that I actually finished my first college degree was a benefit, because now I'm strong enough to teach my children. Because at 18, no matter 18, 17, like I said earlier, you have other things that you're interested in. But by 25, you have an idea what you want. You know how to go after it. And the difference between going after it and sticking to it, the determination, you have to stick to it. Going after it is cool, but if you don't persistently go after it, then all of the plans were for nothing. Persistence and the fact that I didn't start earlier, like I said, because of my situation, but where I did start, the persistence carried me the rest of the way.
I think my biggest takeaway from that is that persistence carried you the rest of the way. I think too many of us quit right at that point where greatness is about to happen.
Yep.
And if you can just keep on and want it just 51% instead of 50,
Right.
like that persistence is going to be what takes it all the way. And it's really the difference between those who win and those who haven't yet.
Yeah, I teach that to I taught that to my 4 kids, and I teach that to people, that just the kids that are trying to get to college. My thing is persistence. If you see that you really want to be in a university or just a 2-year college, persistence will get you there. You stop now, okay, you went to high school and you didn't stop at 11th grade, you went to 12th grade. Okay, and you're excited because now you're a senior and you're graduating and all that. Then you get to college and you're like, okay, new world. But why stop there? You started, finish. Persistence.
I love that. Tanya, how about you? How about you wrap this question and send it home?
I think for me, being in the position of being divorced, losing my job, being homeless with my kids,
Wow.
I think that put me in a position to where it was like, you've got to fight for this. And I think that's when I discovered the light bulb went on and said, this is what you're destined to do. Because in the midst of that, I mean, I was hosting webinars and collaborating with other business women, and I didn't even have a roof over my head.
Wow.
And so I think that looking back, I think if I had actually just taken the time to just structure everything instead of just jumping in so fast, because I was kind of in a position similar to Robin, where I started late. I literally like just did a 180 with my career. And it was like, okay, I'm coming back, full circle back to doing what I actually love to do instead of just doing something just to get by. So I was like, I'm over 40, and I don't have that much time left. And so I was just so quick to jump into it, and I didn't take the time to actually structure my business, take the time to learn more about my industry, because from the time that I was working up until 2015, marketing and PR had changed a lot. It had changed a lot. And it just kind of just was like this moment where it's like, okay, Tanya, you've got to go back to the drawing board. And this time, take some time and just get back in there, but take your time, learn more, collaborate more, network more. So I think that if I had done that, I don't think that I would have been in the position where I had to start over. Even in the midst of the adversity, I think that I wouldn't have had to start over.
That was so powerful. I forgot that I have to move to the next question, and I'm just staring to try not to cry. So one quick second to take a deep breath. Switching gears here, everyone. According to many articles out on the internet, many are in agreement that writing down goals, creating a strong belief system, and investing in yourself are keys to success. Do you agree, or do you have any you would add or take away from the list? And Amber, would love to hear your thoughts.
My thinking as far as that is concerned, it doesn't hurt to write the goals because you want to see your accomplishments. You want to see how far you come. You want to actually witness the fact that after you've achieved something, after you accomplish something, you can go back. I remember when I wrote this down, and it was probably easy to attain. It probably was. I had to go through this, go through that, jump through this hurdle, jump through that hurdle. There was a time I did not think I was going to make it, period, to accomplish this goal, because this happened, that happened, whatever. But I accomplished it. I did it. I'm thankful. On to the next goal. And if you have to be your best cheerleader, if nobody's cheering for you, at least cheer for you, because it is you that you want to be the best you, and it's you who is doing everything from writing. And with computers and technology, you can write, you can type, you can write it on and put it as part of your smartphone, have apps to do that and everything from there. So yes, you do set your goals. Yes, you do set your boundaries, because you want, well, when I say boundaries, I'm going to narrow down boundaries as far as what are you going to tolerate in this process? Are you going to tolerate the naysaying, or are you going to set boundaries like, look, this is who I need to be about. This is who I also need to be surrounded by in order to accomplish this goal, in order to accomplish that goal. Because sometimes in the process of it, you're going to get those who will either put an obstacle or be an obstacle that you need to overcome. You have it where, they mean well, but then at the same time, what are you going to do as far as accomplishing this goal or that goal. And let me add, getting the help that you need too, because sometimes the goal that you're trying to accomplish is not going to be a one-person thing. You sometimes, actually all the time, I should say, research it. That was mentioned before. You need to research as far as, okay, this is the goal I want to accomplish. It looks like it's something I really don't know the steps to take. Let me research what it's going to do, and maybe in the research have it where, okay, I see where from the Google results that pop up that this person accomplished this goal, but they took it a different route. But I do have an idea that, okay, it's going to be more than I anticipate, so let me get the help that I need.
I just love that. When you said, look at who you surround yourself with, two things came to mind for me. One was, I am a firm believer, since I do social media for small businesses and entrepreneurs, like sometimes we have to unfollow people in real life. Yeah. Hashtag unfollow somebody who's holding you back today. But also, I don't know if anybody remembers this scene or which movie it's from, but Medea is literally explaining that people are like leaves on a tree or something along that line, where she's like, it's like seasons. Sometimes they grow and sometimes they gotta fall away. And I always think of that when I think about those who are surrounding me. And I love people. I really, really do. But sometimes I have to recognize that negativity just doesn't need to live here.
Right.
Live out there. So, which really goes into belief systems. And Yvette, I know you had talked about overcoming and like your belief within yourself. And so curious how you feel about what all of those articles on the internet say from all of the life coach gurus in the world on goal setting and belief systems. Would love to hear your hot take.
I agree. But I would add to drown out the noise, sort of like what Amber was saying. Because my family believed in me, but my community didn't. They didn't, so sometimes you have to drown out the noise. They didn't think I could do it. Many people were, just like Amber said, they were sabotaging, trying to assassinate character. She thinks she's this and all of these things, and she's not what she's. You have to drown out the noise. You have to stay centered. And as you said, your boundaries have to be very clear. Who's allowed in your world, in your home, in your business, as a client. Sometimes I leave money on the table because I know good and well I'm not having an annual review with this person, but that's what I do in my career. Some people will drain you. So you have to set boundaries in all areas of your life. But most importantly, you really, really do have to drown out the noise. And then with all of the advice that they have, then you have to take massive action and be kind to yourself, because there's a duality of life. There's negative and there's positive. Expect it. Don't get upset. Don't get uptight. It's positive and negative. It's good and bad. It's consistent. It will always be that way. So get yourself of that mindset and keep it moving.
Oh my gosh, that is so incredible. Just the stories in this panel today are just making me excited to go do something after we all go back to our corners of the world. Like, I want to take massive action. I want to take massive action right now. And we're still here. And there's just one last question that I want everybody to really hone in on as we look to these last couple minutes with one another and dive in pretty deep. But what is one takeaway each of you wishes that our audience will take from our chat about success? And what is one thing you wish somebody told you when you got started? So we're going to add to our original question. What is one thing you hope people take away from today? And what is one thing you wish somebody told you when you got started? And Amber, I'm going to send it back your way. And then I'll let you popcorn it to the next person.
Okay, I would, in thinking about this question, it's like, what would the answer be? I would say, I wish someone earlier would had told me that you are not only unique, but you are unique to the point where you really don't need to compare to anyone else. You may see people getting ahead in whatever that they're doing, and it's like, why isn't that me? Why didn't this happen for me during this time or that time or whatever? You don't know what a person had to go through to achieve what they achieved. So you have to wear the shoes that is best for you. You can't fit into every shoe, and you can't wear every size. You hone in and you embrace, and you also congratulate yourself on how unique you are, because it's best that you are an original and not a copy.
That is just wow. Like, you are unique and you do not need to compare. Everyone, grab your paper and your pen. Okay, good job.
Can we patent that statement, original, not a copy?
Yeah, can we please? Like, if you put that on the internet, make sure you tag her.
So I feel
Just,
like,
okay. Just make sure I get my cut of the,
Yeah, make sure we backlink that for SEO.
Right.
Oh my goodness. I know I told you to popcorn, but here I am being the distracting human that I am.
No. That's fine. That's fine. I thank you for mentioning that, Robin. So, hey, we'll go along with Robin, because I love this. And also at the same time, I think we all can agree that we are the best that we are, and we are all originals of us. And whoever, what was imitations, the flattery, or something like that, I can't remember. But if they're trying to copy what we're trying to do, like, oh, okay, there must be something going on. if a copy is trying to do what the original can do.
come on.
She's over here just dropping diamonds on us all.
Okay.
Watch out, y'all. Robin, how about you?
Okay, I need a couple extra minutes because she just like, she took the bomb out there. Everybody else is okay. The one thing I think I wish somebody would have told me when I started was that not only will you need to be persistent, you have to be. You have to be. Because as Amber said, there are so many copies that are watching you as an original that if you're not persistent in where you're going, and you don't have a not necessarily a tunnel vision, but if you don't have a vision, period. You asked a question earlier about what vision, or writing down a vision. Mm-hmm. I listen to Steve Harvey quite a lot, not just for his funny side, but he does have a motivational side. And I heard him say something that I've been working on now for almost a year: 300 things that if you could, you would ask God for. I am actually at 150, and I've been working on this for a year. You may need somebody to tell you you're beautiful. You don't need anybody to show you that you are. Look in the mirror.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You may need somebody to say, okay, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're knowledgeable. Mm-hmm. You may need to hear that from somebody. But look in the mirror. You know you better than anybody else.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
If you want the cure to imposter
Mic drop.
syndrome, call Robin.
You know you better than anybody else. And had somebody told me, I'm with Amber. I understand that, yes, we have people that will say, okay, you're most likely to succeed, this, that, and the third. I was neither one of them, even though I graduated half a year early. I was neither one of them. Again, as I said, the mic drop. You need, we all like to be stroked and, told we're pretty. We need that as human beings. But you know you better than anybody else. And I would tell somebody today that not only do you know you better than anybody else, you know what you want before anybody else does. You know what you want before you tell anybody else. You have already had a conversation with yourself on what you're going after. Persistence.
Well, now I feel like I need to go get a whiteboard marker and write it on the mirror and just stare at myself and read it. I literally have chills. I don't know if I'm scared to hear what my drop's telling you about.
No, don't be scared. Don't be scared. You better. Tanya and Yvette is just gonna add some flavor to
it. Just fuel to the fire of greatness.
They're gonna add some fire.
Epic.
That's it. They're gonna add to the cake. Come on, bring the icing home, somebody.
Oh yeah, we got to finish this cake.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, again, notebooks, people. And by the way, this is where I started. So here's where we're at on my notes. Oh my goodness. Okay. Robin, who are you popcorning it to? Because I'm still writing look in the mirror.
Okay, Yvette.
Well, I think one takeaway that I can take from listening to all of everyone who has shared so much valuable jewels. I call them mental vitamins. You take your mental vitamins when you hear those things that just resonate inside of you. And one of the things that I seems to be a trend is it's loving yourself. Love yourself enough. Love yourself enough to know that, as Sister Amber says, the substitute won't do. There's only one you need, love yourself enough to give yourself a chance. Love yourself enough to set the boundaries you need. It's all, everything everyone has said on here, it's just all loving yourself and believing yourself. And I think the encouragement that we would give other people, we need to give ourselves that same encouragement. And what I wish someone would have told me when I got started is the difference between being self-employed and running a business. I thought I was running a business and it was only me. And I became critically ill. And when I became critically ill, when I shut down, what I thought was my business shut down. So now I understand very clearly that if business runs, whether I shut down or not, that's a business. It keeps running. I really wish someone would have told me that, because I sure thought I had a business. I was in business and it was just me. That's a start. It's a necessary step in the process to get started, but that's not the end.
Agree on that part. Any business has different aspects, as Yvette mentioned. I just wanted to quickly interject that burnout is no play in the park. I've experienced it myself. Being burned out. Woo-hoo. This era of self-care, as they call it.
Oh.
Say what you want, but it is extremely necessary, like Yvette said. And I believe she is also saying too, if you don't take care of you, how can you take care of anything and anybody else?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Show of hands, how many of us have had burnout to the point of collapse?
Yes.
We could probably spend a whole hour talking about how to avoid burnout.
Burnout.
Yep. Right. Avoid it. It's a secret to success.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so powerful to just love yourself. And literally, we could spend a whole hour just talking about what it felt like and what it looks like on the other side. of burnout and why it's important to love you. Who cares if you're conceited? Worry about you. You can't help others if your cup isn't full. What are they going to drink from? An empty cup?
Okay.
Hey,
another mental vitamin.
there you go.
There
There
is.
you go.
You are all bringing it out of me. Like, I'm so grateful. Tanya.
Tanya. Bring it home, Tanya.
Everything that you all have said has been amazing, amazing nuggets, gold nuggets. Only thing that I could probably just add to that is that investing in relationships is so important. It was mentioned earlier tonight that you can't do this journey by yourself. Even as a solopreneur, you still cannot do it by yourself. So investing in relationships, and I use the word invest because it is, there's value in that. That's a resource. So you want to be successful, make sure that you invest in relationships. One of the things, oh my goodness, that I wish someone had told me on this journey was, so many different things, that failure is a part of the journey.
It is.
And I think that that was something that created a stumbling block for me during the beginning, because I was so wrapped up and so afraid to fail and to fall. But if I had not failed, I wouldn't be in the position where I am right now, because I've learned so many things from failing. So it's like, now I know what not to do. You know, I know who I need to connect with. I know who I need to network with now. So I wish someone had said, girl, it's okay. It's okay if you fail, because guess what's going to happen? You're going to get energy. You're going to get resources. You're going to get support to get back up. And when you get back up, you're going to become better. So I wish that someone had said that to me, and I hadn't put so much pressure on myself to do it right the first time and to be perfect.
Perfection is a disease.
It is.
It is.
I'm seriously working on trying to cure myself of that.
Good luck with that one.
Okay. I would like to say, can I say something very quickly?
Go for it.
In regard to that. What you said is actually so powerful. And I think one of the things we have to do is, you know, someone told me a long time ago, the most successful people have had the most failures. They've had the most failures. And, you know, life is the classroom. Since we're born, life is the classroom, and it never stops. We pass some, we fail some, but we learn. And when we get up and we move on, we can implement new things. So, you know, that's just so powerful. Just accept the fact that success does not come without failure. You've got to fail. You got to fail. Just like a baby trying to walk. They keep falling, they get up, they fall, they roll over, they get up, they bump their heads, they fall flat on their backs, but they keep moving. They keep trying to walk. It doesn't matter how many times they fall. I think we need to keep that, find that place inside of us that we had when we were just beginning our life.
I mean, if you think about it, really think about babies for a second. They know walking's possible because they see people do it every single day all around them. We see successful businesses. We know they exist. So to Robin's point, be persistent, get back up. To Tanya's point, fail and fail fast.
Yep.
You know, like these are, and then give yourself some grace and forgiveness. Like Yvette said, like, love yourself, but not like, so you don't burn out. And as Amber said, you're an original, you're unique. Don't copy people, don't compare. I mean, these are just mind-blowing things that sometimes we don't think about in the context of folks have a story. And we all just sit there and look at how people won, you know, like look at, let's use Beyonce as today's example. Like we look at Beyonce and we're like, oh, wow. Like she sells out arenas, she does this incredible stuff. But what about Beyonce when she was 5? What
Mhm.
about Beyonce back when No, 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 No came out? Like,
Right.
anybody remember that? Because she was
Yeah.
not
Mhm.
selling out Madison Square Garden.
Nope.
Okay.
Right.
She was
And she
Um,
wasn't by herself either.
Yeah, she wasn't by herself either.
right.
So just thinking, like, we spend so much time in comparison analysis, and then we just end up saying, why am I not there? Well, you can't compare your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 100. That's unfair to you.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
unfair to you. And I mean, I'm guilty of it. I'm sure everybody's guilty of it at some point in time. We all went through middle school. It's when it reared its ugly head.
Right.
And so I just love what all of you ladies had to share today. I think it's incredible, impactful. And I really hope for those of you who are listening in on this, that you're taking away something that is helping shape your story and furthering it along. When I look back at what I wish somebody would have told me, I spent a lot of my life hearing how great I am, this, that, the other. And I know that's not everyone's story, but not once did somebody say, let me help you get to the next step. And so I wish I would have had somebody who was like willing to just reach out a hand and say, you are incredible. Let's show us how it can grow. That recently just happened to me and my mind was blown. I was like, you really think I'm worthy of that?
Mm.
I can do this. And so, it was a relationship. And that relationship said, hey, I have somebody else who can help you. But it's taken me 3 decades to get to that point.
Mhm.
And if I want anybody to take anything away from today, I want all of you to look yourself in the mirror, because Robin's was like my biggest like goosies. And yes, people can tell you you're beautiful. Yes, people can tell you you're excellent, but only you can make that happen. And so take massive imperfect action. Just take one step. Nobody's asking you to take 1,000,000 in 1 second. Take the first step to step into your success and keep it going, because you were successful before today and you're going to be successful after today.
Right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Man, we're just over
Good
here.
stuff.
I don't even know who I am today. So it's because of all these incredible women.
Oh,
I'm
you
surrounded
have
by.
5
Absorbing.
today.
Absorbing.
It's
Absorbing.
It is. Well,
Absorbing.
Yes.
ladies, I know we're wrapping this up, but I think it's super important. Every single woman on this call is a business owner. And so I want to know how folks can connect with you. If somebody's sitting there going, gosh, I wish I had somebody to write my content, or gosh, I wish I had somebody to help me like just move forward from PTSD, or gosh, I wish I knew how to get my kid to college, or goodness gracious, somebody help with this computer. How can people connect with you, Tanya?
You can connect with me on my website at mjsvirtualservices.com. I'm also on Instagram, mjs_virtual. And you can also find me on Facebook at MJS Virtual Collaborative.
I love it. Amber.
They can reach me, yourcomputerneeds.net, and click on the contact link for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and also LinkedIn. The letters YCN as in Nancy, OTLLC, the number 0, the number 5.
Love it. Robin.
You can reach me at using my name at Facebook, Instagram. I am doing Robin 2019. You can reach me, the easiest and the quickest today would be thequeenmother2017@gmail.com, because that is my email address, and that is like my phone. I check my email quicker than I check my phone. So you can reach me at Facebook on my name, Robin Corbins. You can reach me at Instagram on Doing Robin 2019, and you can reach me email thequeenmother2017@gmail.com.
I love that email.
The Queen Mother.
The Queen Mother. I love that email.
Put some respect
I
on
earned
my
it.
name.
I have truly earned it. I have 4 now adult children and 1 brand spanking new 4-month-old granddaughter. So I feel like I have earned it.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
So that would be the quickest way to get in contact with me, other than I believe I have a LinkedIn page too. I don't use it a lot, but we need to talk, Amber. We need to talk about you and those computers, because my computer has seen better days.
Okay, definitely will.
Okay, so just remember the Queen Mother 2017 show, and we'll talk.
Definitely will.
Hit her up, Amber. Start typing that now.
Nobody
Now,
can
because
forget the
my
Queen Mother.
phone-
Nobody.
Your phone. Uh-oh. What's going on with the phone?
My phone is my computer screen.
Oh, I understand.
Okay, that is my computer screen.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so yes,
Call it, girl.
we must talk. But
Mhm.
ladies, thank you for the nuggets. I appreciate the time. I would definitely say, let me just throw a little something else in here. Those of you, now don't wait until your baby is 18 and contact me, because she needs to be in 9th grade getting her money together to go to college. Okay, and anybody else that has a teenager, do not wait until they get into their senior year to find that money, because believe it or not, it's too late.
Too late.
It's too late.
That's another thing that could have been a nugget dropped earlier. I'm sure for a lot of parents, a lot of aunts and uncles and all from there.
Mhm. Because the fact that you start when their senior year starts, okay, like I said earlier, they're planning for prom, homecoming, the dance after homecoming, the party after the prom. They have no idea that the bill is coming in May. College starts in August. Mama, here's the bill.
Mama.
Mama.
I miss mine, I tell you. I miss my daddy too. For me, it was mama, daddy.
Right? Can you pay for this?
I do understand, but there's a way to find money to get these kids in, even if it's just a 2-year school. They want to go to there's a lot of ways that it can be done. They can go from high school to let's just say get their associate's degree in the 4 years you're in high school. And there's a lot of ways around it, and it's free money everywhere. Free. Let me say it one more time. Free 99. Free 99.
Free 99. Oh, I love
Let's
it.
grow on trees.
Free
Everybody.
99.
Free 99.
You pay nothing.
Love it. Free 99.
Yvette, how can we connect with you?
Oh my goodness. You can connect with me at yvette.adams@threegenerations.org. My website is threegenerations.org. And you can find me on Facebook. My name is Yvette. You can find me on Facebook as Yvette Monique. I should change it to Adam to be consistent. And then our Facebook page is at post-trauma growth. So you can just put in there the @ sign and post-trauma growth, and 3 generations will pop up.
I love it. Well, friends, if you would like to connect with yours truly, easiest ways to get me to answer you quickly would be follow me on Instagram and send me a DM at Gray with an A, digital MKTG. You will see a lovely picture of me in a hat. Usually I almost wore it today. I'm like the queen of hats because I wear many of them. And then you can also find me on LinkedIn under Rayland Logan. That is RELAND LOGAN. I am the only one, so you're not going to get lists of them. So if you really ever want to find me, just type in Rayland Logan and I will be the only thing that shows up on the internet. So so happy and excited that we got to spend time with all of you. Please, please, please connect with any of these fabulous women that are on this panel. We make things happen, and they had such incredible stories to share. And in case you need a real quick wrap up on, we're curious what I wrote down today, we have You Are Unique and You Don't Need to Compare from Amber. Robin, look in the mirror. You know you better than anyone else. Yvette, catch those mental vitamins every single day, but this will be a heavy dose of them. And love yourself, don't burn out. And Tanya, invest in relationships and fail forward fast.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for sharing, ladies. You truly are incredible. I hope you hear that time and time again. And if not, please follow Robin's advice and go look in the mirror. And everybody, remember to fill your cup because you can't help anybody with it. Alrighty, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Raylan.
Bye,
Good night, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Hello, and welcome to Girl, Get That Contract, positioning your business for success in the contracting space. I'm Dr. B. Adamson, and I'm excited to be here today to teach you how to position your business for growth in contracting. First, we're going to discuss agency and corporation identification. What do I mean by that? I mean, where do you want to do business? People on the West Coast often say, I want to concentrate on the West Coast. Conversely, some will say the East Coast for me. Others may say Midwest. And yet others may say, I am ready to go where the money is. As you think about the location, you want to think about the different areas of government: county, city, state, federal, and then you also want to remember corporate. As you build your business model, you want to remember those things. Where do you want to do business? And at what level do you want to work with the government? Keep in mind, there are entity requirements. Depending on the entity as well as the project, there may be requirements that a business must meet. For example, specific number of years experience, bonding. They may require that you have a local office. They may require that you have security clearance or cyber insurance. We know a lot of ransom is being asked for folks that are getting information through data breaches. So now agencies and corporations alike are asking and requiring cyber insurance of those that are contracting with them. Entity types. What am I asking? Who do you want to work with? On the county level, it may be the Human Services Department, the county assessor, a transit system, the ME's office. The city may be the housing authority, mayor's office, school districts, fire department, parks and rec. On the state level, the county assessor, the Workforce Commission, Health and Human Services. Federally, Department of Commerce, FEMA, DOJ, CIA. Understand that this is not an all-inclusive list. It's here to give you an idea of companies or agencies. To give you an idea of agencies you may be interested in working with. This is not an all-inclusive list, but I encourage you as you develop your business model to make a list of those agencies you're interested in working with. Let's not forget the corporations, airlines, casinos, Let's not forget the corporations, the airlines, the hospitals, hotels, and theme parks are just some of those corporations you may be interested in working with. What is your niche? As a Black CEO, your minority status is an important thing to think about. A lot of business owners say, I'm not interested, it takes too long, they're asking for too much paperwork, I really don't want them in my business. However, there's something very important I want you to think about. The government works to make sure small businesses get at least 23% of all federal contracting dollars. What does that mean? For every $100 that's spent, they seek to give 23 of those to a minority-owned company. Again, of every $100 that's spent, their goal is 23 of those go to a minority-owned company. You have to be certified. Yes, you can look at me and say, oh, she's a Black woman. However, that's not enough. They require all businesses that want this certification to go through and apply so that a neutral third party confirms, yes, this company is minority owned. It has to be 51% owned by the minority. I stress the importance of this because if we as certified minorities are not at the table, this money is going to go to someone else. The government is not going to say, oh, we can't find anyone to help with janitorial or construction or office supplies or PS&E work. So we're just not going to need it anymore. Absolutely not. They'll give it to somebody that's there. But their goal is 23%. But if we're not at the table, they can't give it to us. So I encourage you, if you are not certified, to fill out the application for that certification. Primes need certified minority firms to meet their contracting obligations. Also, there are some contracts set aside for specific minority-owned businesses. We've heard DMWBE, SBE, 8A, veteran-owned, small business. We've heard those things. But if you don't have those designations, those are opportunities that, one, have a smaller pool for competition, that two, if you're not certified, you can't participate. Subcontractors versus prime contractors. Subcontractors deal directly with the prime. They're not involved with the agency. And it gives you an opportunity to really learn contracting. A lot of times people want to jump deep, but they don't have the skill set. They don't have the business acumen. They don't have the experience. So I encourage you to consider subbing on contracts. I'm not saying for forever, but as you build your business model, you'll know when the time is right to transition. And it's not that you'll always transition fully into prime. You may say, I want to work in prime with federal agencies right now, but I'm good at being a sub in my local government. Typically, subcontractors are newly formed entities. They want to really learn working with a specific agency. They may not have the financial bandwidth to pay for insurance or bonding. And they may want to focus on some of those informal purchases, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Prime contractors, they usually have more experience. They have larger capacity so that they can cover insurance and bonding requirements. They manage those teams from start to finish. If a sub doesn't do the work and doesn't perform, they have to do it or they have to find someone that can. It's a lot of responsibility being the prime. Yes, you get more money, but there's also more responsibility. Small businesses. I want you to raise your hand if you own a small business. Many times people don't want to say they own a small business because they believe there's a negative connotation there. However, you'd be interested to find just how small a business is when you look at the definition in Title 13, Part 121 of the Electronic Code of Federal Regulations. These size standards qualify businesses for certain small business initiatives. Again, another layer of opportunity. Don't shy away from being small. It has its benefits. Okay, you've decided, okay, I'm good. Let's move forward with contracting. I encourage you to review terminology. RFQ, RFB, RFP, single source, sole source. These are all terminology terms that are used in government contracting. Solicitation, bid date, Q&A, addendum, clarification. What do those mean? It's a lot of terminology. If you're unfamiliar, I encourage you to get familiar. RFBs, requests for bid. You've often heard it referred to as low bid. They're looking for who can do it the cheapest, who can deliver it the cheapest. Do not underbid just to win. Know your break-even point. Know your profit margin. Then prepare your bid. You may have two bids at the same time. You may have one that's a bid that you want a profit margin of 6%. But because you just won contract number 2 and you didn't lose much on your profit margin on that project, you may be willing to lose 2% or 3% on this one so that you have 2 projects instead of 1. But you can't know that until you are fully aware of your break even and what your financial goals are. An RFP is a request for proposal. The agency gives you a problem and you're expected to come up with a solution. What does that take? It takes a good writer. Yes, you need someone that can come up with the solution. And as the subject matter expert in your industry and niche, I expect that you would have that. However, you need a good writer to maximize the page count provided, to get the point across, to make your firm seem attractive, and to give those readers what they need to make a decision to choose you. If you're not a huge writer, if you don't like to write, get a writer like myself on your team. Sole source. that means that there's only one person that can do the job or provide the good. Think of a patent. Contract types. There are all types. You should be familiar enough with the different types and know what you can and cannot negotiate on as it relates to your business. I want you to remember that an IDIQ is not a guarantee of money. It is a guaranteed commitment. Example, you have a moving company and you have a contract with the school district to do their moves throughout the next 3 years. They've committed to calling you when they need something moved. They have not committed to calling you X amount of times throughout the contract. So yes, you'll see an IDIQ. I encourage you not to build your complete contracting model on IDIQs. You want to vary and diversify your contract base. Informal versus formal. What is it? The quick thing to remember is an informal isn't advertised. Each agency has a monetary threshold that determines what's informal and what's formal. It may be 10,000, maybe 30,000, maybe 50, maybe 75. In your research, as you're developing your business model, as you're identifying which agencies you want to work with, you'll find that information out. An example of an informal, you're a coach, you have experience in education, specifically, you were a principal for 4 years. An agency, being a school district, calls you and says, oh, we see that you coach principals. We've got 12, we're a small district, but we've got 12 principals we'd like you to work with. We've got some administrative goals, we've got some professional development we'd like you to work with them on, and just to coach them to be better within our districts. Now you've done your research and you know that their informal threshold is 50,000. They told you they have 12 principals. So get your calculator out. You know that on average, 50,000 divided by 12, it's about $4,000. But you know your break even may be 2,500. So you said, okay, my break even is 2,500. I'm only going to charge 3,200 per principal for this 1 year contract. So you're at 38,400. They may say, oh, great. We're going to draft up a contract, get you to sign it. We can get you started. You think about that. If you do that in 5 more districts, that's almost $200,000 to do something that you've already mastered, something you already have experience in. Look for those opportunities that allow you to use what you've already mastered to increase your bottom line. Formal projects are larger in value. They usually have a longer term. And here goes that word again, subcontracting. They have subcontracting requirements. There's also, again, insurance and bonding required in many instances. Okay, you ready to roll up those sleeves? Ready to get a little work done? Ready to move forward? I hope your answer is yes. Letting schedule. What is that? What is a letting schedule? This shows the days that bids are scheduled to be open. It allows you to strategize which opportunities you want to follow and subsequently bid on as a prime, or partner with a prime and be a sub on their team. Letting schedules are often used by the Department of Transportation. Contract specialist. This is the point of contact for the opportunity. Now, I said contract specialist. It could be a purchasing agent. It could be a purchasing manager. It could be a purchasing specialist. The title is not the important thing. The important thing is that this is the point of contact for a specific opportunity. They will provide answers to clarifying questions. They may host outreach events or public meetings related to that project. You'll want to keep that person in mind and keep their contact information handy. Project forecast. Some agencies provide a forecast. It's consistently updated, sometimes daily, sometimes monthly, sometimes quarterly, and then annually. You use this in conjunction with your business strategy. You look at what they're planning on doing. It could be a capital improvement project. It could be adding sites. It could be anything related to what they need. You look at what they need and how you can help them. You bring that together to build your strategy and what projects you want to follow to know when they're coming out so that you can either bid as a prime or get on a team of a prime as a sub. A lot of agencies are using contracting portals now. So if you are anxious about using the computer, if you don't want to spend time in front of a computer, if you want to hire someone else to look at this information for you, that's fine. However, keep your contact information current, your email, your telephone number. Whoever you have listed there, they should be the individuals that you are working with. If it's not you, somebody on your team that's going to respond. You may receive emails as invitations to bid. You may receive invitations to be on teams. If you don't respond, you'll miss out on an opportunity. Keep your website fresh. Keep your capability statement fresh and on your website. Some agencies require that you submit your bid or proposal through that same portal. Educate yourself or your employee or your consultant to do that. You want to, when you take the time to prepare a bid or prepare a proposal, you don't want to wait till the last minute to submit. It's not just about looking at lists, doing research, and watching websites. It's about building relationships. When I work with my clients, I tell them that we're playing the relationship long game. This is not an expectation that I sit down with the prime today, we have a Starbucks coffee, and tomorrow you send me this agreement that says from now until forever, you are forever going to be my sub for every contract that I have. It's not realistic. Primes need subs. Subs need primes. It's a joint partnership. Every opportunity that comes your way as a sub or as a prime might not be a good fit. Follow your business model. Know what your plan is. Move forward with that plan. There may be opportunities that come to you that you were unaware of, that you may adjust your business strategy, and that's fine. But know that building these relationships is for the long haul. It's not just what a prime can give to you as a sub, but also what you can give the prime as a sub. Your knowledge, your tools, the things that your company may have built in relation to IT, the experiences you've had, your network of folks. Because while you may be one minority certified business, generally, you associate with others that are as well. A prime may say they need a minority owned firm in a specific area. You may know who that person is. Share that information. But remember, every relationship will not result in a contracting opportunity. Thank you for taking the time to participate in my workshop. I want you to consider obtaining your minority certification if you have not. Get your website built out with an email address tied to your URL, not Gmail, not Yahoo, not AOL, not Outlook. I want you to make a list of the agencies you want to work with. I want you to determine the location in which you want to seek business. If you have questions, if you're ready to move into this space, if you need assistance with your capability statement, I'm here. My contact information is on the screen. Please feel free to email me and definitely follow us on social media. Have a great day.